Hello, Lucas, Sharky, Cozy, Kwai. You finished your finals? Hell yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm like a minute late, but we're mostly on target. It's beautiful. No, I don't know. I posted in the Discord, but like, I was like, oh, I have all morning. I'll like make a few changes to this video and then export it. And then for some reason, it took like an hour to export a 19-minute video. Ooh. Excuse me. Tea time. Tea time, baby. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. What if I just talked this close the whole street? I also think inside baseball, y'all, I think I am also feeling well enough, probably, to record a Reads video. I took a couple weeks off from making Comfy Reads Everything videos. My silly, standalone little YouTube channel. Where I just read lists and goof off. But, I've been sick, so I haven't wanted to record like a sick one. But I think I'm feeling okay enough. It's worse in the mornings. Like, I feel like by the evening, I'm like feeling a lot more like a human being. I don't know what I'm gonna record yet, though. I have some things in the wind, in the wings, as it were. What do I got? What do I got to look at? What do we got right here? I got all the Fallout characters. That might be tonight. I have a bunch of these lists pulled up. I don't think that I recorded the Super. Did I make Super Nintendo? I guess I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that was up next. No, I did. Who knows? It's hard to remember anything. I just left. Sorry for my snuffles. I sneezed, you sees. Ha ha. Yeah, I still have some of the Nintendo consoles to go. But a lot of them have like a ton of flippin' games, so I'm kind of like intimidated. What do I got left? I made. Okay, so I have the Wii and the Switch isn't out yet. The Switch isn't finished, I should say. But I guess the Wii, I haven't done all the Wii, so that's the only one left. And I don't want to do this. I don't want to record every Switch game. Oh, shoot. Hi. Hello. How are you? I need to change the game capture. It's not Fields of Mystria. It's Ace Attorney! How many games are on the Switch and Wii? The Wii has like, I think... let me see. How many games on the Wii? The Wii has 1,200 games. So maybe that's not even the biggest one. It's a lot. But, on the... Yeah, the NES had... apparently 13, almost 1,400 games, but some of them are only in Japan, and so it gets sort of confusing. But I think, what do we say? The handhelds are different, though. The handhelds are kind of their own, not the biggest one. They got a lot. I think the DS or the Game Boy Advance. Let me see. How many games on the GBA? 1,500 or so. Nintendo DS has over 3,000. The DS is gonna be the white whale of all these. So that's anyways, that's sort of my bread and butter there. I'm trying to like say like, hey, I just need to make the Super Nintendo video, or no, excuse me, the Wii video. And then in theory, I could be like, hey, I could jam them all together and be like, hey, this is every Nintendo video, and it's like a 12-hour video or something. That's my dream. That's my goal. And people will be like, what do you mean what do you mean 12 hours? What are we talking about? That's my goal. That's my jam. That's my steez babies. Now, you know what else is my jam? Solving crimes. Ah! Crimes! Alright, we're about to go right back into the past, babies. If you were here yesterday, a lot of things happened. But now we have to go back to the past to see what the correlations are. Alright. I still can't believe the IS-7 incident was Gregory's last case, or that it's been 18 long years since. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the dead men. But they were dead in the fountain a second ago as well. A murder at the confectionery contest, and one of the participants, no less, Artie Frost. They pulled his body out of a treasure chest that was part of Samson Tangiroa's chocolate tableau. He'd been hit in the head with a large rock salt lamp and subsequently bled to death. We found the lamp hidden inside the candy castle Delicious Stone had made for the contest. Whoa. Pika, hello. Good morning. But then, before anyone had the chance to investigate Mr. Frost's own room... Whoa! All of his icy creations had melted clean away. Whoa. You're totally not late. I mean, not really. You are, like... For a 2 to 3 hour stream, you're right on time. I've just started the video game. It's Christmas Eve, everyone. A Christmas case. All of Mr. Frost's work destroyed. I love doing his voice. Mr. Von Karma wasn't very happy. He told us to get out in no uncertain terms. So what do we do now, Mr. E? I can't believe he just up and kicked us out. Von Karma's a total jerk. Now, Eddie, it was always the job of the police and the prosecutor's office to investigate the scene. Yeah, but he didn't have to talk to us like that. Who cares if we're cops or attorneys? We should all be working together to find the truth. You can't assume that everyone's aims are the same as your own. You may wish to expose the truth, but others might prefer to accept things at face value. The hottest hot dogs? What do you mean? How hot were they? Did you use a meat thermometer? Which way of thinking is right will depend on the person. But what if somebody innocent ends up behind bars because no one managed to uncover the truth? It can happen. We're all human, police and prosecutors included. Which is why defense attorneys exist. Our job is to help people in just such situations, to be friends to the friendless. Friends to the friendless? Now, we may not be able to investigate the Winter Wing as hoped, but that doesn't mean we give up. Whoa! You're right, Mr. E. Sorry. I should have thought more before I opened my big mouth. My big, stupid, fucking idiot mouth. Only the Pots will know. What? Heh, you're young, Eddie. You'll learn soon enough. I will, I promise. Or there she is, but she's a baby now. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you look like you could use a little pick-me-up. I don't remember. I keep forgetting what her voice is. She hasn't stuck around long enough. Her young version, she looks, I don't know why, she looks a little alien-ish. Like, I don't know why her second eye is so far away from the first one. In this, it's fine, but, like, God, he's upsetting to look at. He was just a baby boy here. Delicia Stone, still, we don't know how old she is. Okay. I'm afraid this is all I have, but please, by all means. Whoa! You're the best, Ms. Bound! Tanjiro's favorite, rather misshapen and incredibly sweet. Thank you. A little sugar boost might actually help, although these are a little too sweet for my liking, and a little uniquely shaped. I'm sorry if they're not to your taste. No way, they're great. They're so sweet. Hee, you're very kind. Imagine, me of all people, a mediocre confectioner. What? You mean you made these yourself? Yes, Samson loves chocolate, so I had to learn. Keeping him supplied with his favorite treats is just one of my many duties, although he does spend most of the time coaching me on how to improve my technique. Mr. Tanjiro sure is a lucky guy. Getting to eat homemade sweets made by one and only Judy Bound whenever he wants sounds amazing. I'm sorry, did you say something? Nope, nothing at all. What did he say? What? What did he... I guess he's just like... I mean, okay. I thought he like let something slip, but he's just like being kind of not very careful with his wording. Dear sweet Eddie, you really still do have a lot to learn. It seems you're quite committed to the work you do for Mr. Tanjiro and Ms. Bound.
Of course, what right would I have to stay here otherwise?
What do you mean by that?
I was abandoned as a and Mr. Tanjiro took me in. That's right, one snowy Christmas Eve many years ago. He found me on the steps of this very mansion.
Really? That's crazy. How old is he? Okay, well, what's 16 minus, what's this minus 6, 23? He wouldn't have been much older.
One snowy Christmas Eve many years ago, he found me on the steps of this very mansion. He saved my life and became the father I never had. I can never repay him, so my work for him is the least I can do, and I'll be here for him as long as he needs me.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I must be getting old. I'm welling up a little myself. He has a heart, unlike Edgeworth.
And I'd like to think today is Christmas Eve, and I can't even give him his present in person. I'd do anything to save him anything. Please, if there's something I can do to help, just say it.
We're very grateful, Ms. Bound. Perhaps you could help us by answering a question. Did you know the victim?
Not very well, I'm afraid. Oh, but if you wanted to see some of his work, I have a picture of the sculptures he made for the final.
It's these. Oh, excuse me. It went ahead when I wasn't trying to. My, they're stunning.
Aren't they? I think they're masterpieces.
This one's got clouds.
Who would have thought you could make such intricate statues out of flavored ice? Samson, adored them too.
Oh, hey, that's Taurus and Gemini, right? I didn't know you were keen on constellations and the zodiac, Eddie. Oh, I love it. The stories those stars can tell. Take Gemini, for example. See the lyre? That's what the harp is called. And the arrow and the... Hold up, the lyre doesn't have any strings. Huh, did Mr. Frost forget to add them, maybe?
That doesn't sound like something he'd forget to do.
Wait, really? But I thought you just said you didn't know him very well.
Oh, well, he didn't seem like the type.
It seems like she's got something to hide, too. Yeah, certainly. You took his photograph yourself, Miss Bound.
Yes, I use this instant camera here. It develops the pictures as soon as you take them. It's so useful.
Oh, I'd love to see it in action.
Hee, then why don't I take your picture?
Yes, come on, Mystery. Let's get a shot of the both of us. Well, all right then. It would be a waste. It would be a shame to waste a good hair day. All right, Mr. Vainworth.
Really? Ready? Say cheese.
I want to see that photo.
They're all done, and the picture's yours to keep, Mr. Fender.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's such a cool camera. You're cool, Judy. You want to get married? I mean, I'll just be over here.
Well, it's the only one we've got, so we use it for all our picture-taking needs. It's very convenient, but the lack of negatives is something of a shame.
So there aren't any negatives for us to reference, huh? I assume Mr. Tanjiro used this same camera during the contest?
Yes, you assumed correctly. He used it for some work-in-progress pictures of his seascape. And later to take some photos of the other contestants' works.
But you didn't take a picture of the body when you discovered it. And didn't you discover the body while the judging was still underway?
Ah, yes, Samson wanted pictures of all the entrance-completed rooms. But the film ran out just as he finished photographing Mr. Gusto's work. So he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were.
In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected.
Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way.
But had he really, though?
I went to our living area to change the film and was passing through the fountain room on my way back when I heard the sound of something break and collapse in Samson's room.
Oh my god. It was the victim.
Samson, are you in here? Ah! Mr. Frost's body was just lying there. I was in total shock. It was all too much. But I remember I called the police and then I went to tell everyone else. And the camera, it's been with me ever since.
I see. I'd be grateful if you could lend us the camera in this picture, Miss Bound.
Of course, here you go.
Oh, God. Thank you. Excuse me. The film cartridge has 20 exposures, but there are only 3 remaining. Jose, hello! Oh, you're not that late. Fashionably late, yeah. I'm happy to have you here at all, baby. Alright. Can I looky at those photos?
Detective Bad, Miss Scone, are they done investigating?
Hydrate, you got it.
Oh, they're done with me, that's for certain. That big old meanie told me to clear off. Honestly, that mannequins will be the end of me, the chick of him.
I guess he got tired of people cluttering up his crime scene.
Did he run you off too, Detective Bad?
Yeah. Von Karma seems to think I'm a nuisance. Can't do things his way with me around.
Jose, I love you.
Why would Mr. Von Karma go so far as to exclude his own lead detective? He's forging evidence.
Still, got a pretty good look at the scene. As for Gusto, he's enjoying a nice little chat right now in Frost's room.
What about?
About the fact that Miss Bound said she saw him going in there during the contest.
Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room.
That's right. And I have to say, he looked very much like he didn't want to be seen. I don't know what he could have been up to.
Well, he's candidate number 1 at the moment, as the guy who melted Frost's work.
But is that really why Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room?
Got a photo of the room right here if you need it. It's all yours.
Wait, what? Why would you just give it to us?
Do I gotta spell it out for you, kid? I'm offering to help you guys. I want the truth about this case to come out.
I love him. Bad's great. I love him a lot. Detective.
Really, Detective Bad? Mr. Von Karma won't be happy about this.
Yeah, well, I'm not Von Karma's stooge. If he's gonna stonewall my investigation, then I'm not gonna play by the book either. Just can't let some pesky rules keep me from finding the truth. Now can I, Mr. Edgeworth?
Indeed. Thank you, Detective Bad.
Wow, I can't believe you won him over, Mr. E.
Well, I haven't the foggiest what you're all going on about, but here's to new friends, eh?
It's definitely nice to have the good detective on our side, that's for sure. All right, let's take a look at that photograph.
Here.
It's a awkward one.
This is what Frost's room looks like right now.
Yikes, there's nothing left of his flavored ice sculptures but puddles.
The floor appears to be completely covered in a pale blue liquid. I should compare this with the photo I just borrowed from Miss Bound. I assume that the unplugged power cord has something to do with all this. Yeah, hold on. No, what? No blue liquid. But there is whatever that is. That's still here.
Yeah, once that was out of the socket, the display cases lost power and then up the temperature went.
It looks like they were all connected to the same power strip. Do you have any idea when it was unplugged?
Nope. Still working on that.
The sculptures are beautiful, what a waste.
You could say that again. I should have taken a few more bites out of them when I had the chance.
So they tasted good?
How did she get it? What the fuck? She got in there? She just chomping on everything. All right, just as a recap, the last time we were in the past, Delicia Scone was like, yeah, I broke into the room where the murder happened, and I fucking took little bites of everything because he's a chocolate master. And I'm just, like, thinking to myself, like, I don't know, I feel like sculpting chocolate looks cool and everything, but, like, I feel like you know, the aesthetic has to take precedent over the taste. So, I don't agree with her methods, is all I'm saying.
I've never tried ices so scrumptious in all my life.
Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite.
Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable.
The salty bit?
It's in the other photo you got there. This bit, the hoppy thing.
Oh, did she eat the... she ate the strings. Gemini's liar.
Wait, that's why it had no strings? Because you ate them?
I didn't eat that much, you cheeky little devil. I told you. It was all horrible and salty.
Interesting. It's interesting that only one particular part of this particular sculpture tasted different from the rest. And could somebody other than Miss Scone really be responsible for eating the rest of the strings? Did you notice anything else, Miss Scone?
Come to think of it, I did. There was a funny little mark on Chillywink's work. It was 2 little letters. Let me see if I can draw it for you. There we go. Yes, it looks just like that.
PH. It's almost like a signature or something. Wait.
I just knew Mr. Frost couldn't have made that harp without strings. He's not the type to skip an important detail like that.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Miss Bound, but are you certain you don't know Mr. Frost particularly well? Hydrate, you got it. Hello, Alex.
Oh, she's sweating.
What? No, I barely knew him, I swear.
Is that so? You certainly seem to have some strong opinions about his attitude towards his work.
No, the sculptures are so carefully made, I didn't think he'd miss something so important.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. You have more of a personal connection to his work than that.
What makes you say that?
I have an item of evidence that appears to have been one of Mr. Frost's possessions, and it shares a key feature with another piece of evidence.
Well, I won't know what you're talking about if you don't share. So what are these 2 pieces of evidence of yours?
Which 2 items point to Mr. Frost? Oh. I don't fucking know. Whoa, okay. Oh, PH.
Take that!
And now the second. Yeah, hold on. Where is the PH? Is it... Oh, wait a minute. Is it these?
Take that!
Oh, he made the shit. Miss Scone found 2 letters carved inside Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. I think they were a signature of sorts. After all, it's not unusual for an artist to initial their work.
I guess not. That's right, dear. It's just like you said. Chillywink statues had the letters PH carved into them plain as day.
Bunny Bell, hello! How are you? Too tired to commit crime today? That's good.
PH, shouldn't it have been AF?
You'd think so, but take a look at this. It's the seal we found at the crime scene. It seems reasonable to assume that it fell from Mr. Frost's pocket, and when pressed into the surface of an item, it would leave behind the letters PH. The same pottery mark we see imprinted on the bottom of the items in the tea set.
Same pottery mark.
We have already established that the tea set is the work of the sculptor Paul Halik. From that, we can assume that these same letters wouldn't mark any item out as a piece of his work. Would do that. A fact of which you are well aware, correct, Miss Bow?
Well, yes, I know he always marks his work with additions like that. He's never revealed his true identity in public, so it's the only way to know his works are truly his.
You mean Paul Halik was...
That's right, Detective. Artie Frost had another identity. He was no ordinary confectioner, at least, as far as Miss Bound was concerned. For you see, Mr. Frost was, in fact... a famed sculptor. Yeah. I'm good. My classes are over. Now I get to binge watch Succession. Is that show... Everybody says that show's good. Maybe someday I'll watch it. Where does it live? What network does it live on? How are you liking it, also? Mr. Frost was, in fact, none other than the famed sculptor Paul Halik.
What? Mr. Frost and Paul Halik were the same person?
It's not like the mark's hard to copy, though. Anyone who's seen it could fake being him with it. Not exactly conclusive proof that Frost was who you say he was.
It's on HBO? Ooh, okay. I have that. I want to watch the Penguin show, too. I haven't started it yet, but I want to. It was proof enough that Ms. Bound... it was proof enough for Ms. Bound. What matters is that she believed it. His true identity will have to be investigated by the good people of the precinct.
Alright, I'll have the boys look into it.
Bye.
I should have known I couldn't hide it from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So you admit it. You are aware of who Mr. Frost really was.
I was... When I discovered his body, I saw the seal you found. Don't ask me how, but I just knew straight away that it was my dear Paul Halik. Imagine his entries in a confectionery contest were his final legacy. A great man like that.
All this business talk is interesting. Yeah. And be honest, did you enter Mr. Frost's room at any point?
What? Why are you asking me that?
The photograph of Mr. Frost's room. I'd like to know when it was taken.
It must have gotten it mixed up with the one Samson took during the judging.
Objection!
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I find that rather hard to believe. You said yourself that the camera ran out of film during the judging, and that you've had charge of the camera since before Mr. Tangaroa had the chance to visit Mr. Frost's room. The Penguin, that's the one I want to watch. It looks really good. People are... It's, like, weird because people are like, oh, yeah, this show rules. But, like, I don't hear anybody, like, talking about it, really. You know what I mean? But maybe it's all finished by now. Cozy and I were getting into a real groove with House of Dragons. We were like, oh, yeah, on Sunday evenings, we just have, like, a show to watch that's new. And that rules. Yeah, she moving and grooving behind me. And I guess kind of we're doing that with Dan right now. Because that show fucking also rules. That's how you were able to take that picture when you discovered Mr. Frost's body.
I suppose so.
This suggests that you took only 2 pictures with the new film. One with Mr. Frost's body and one of this room. Of his room. But I have a piece of evidence that says otherwise.
You do?
Which piece of evidence contradicts the assumption that Ms. Bound only took 2 pictures? The new film cartridge has 20 exposures, but there are only 3 remaining. Well, but, what do you mean? What are we talking about? What are we doing? I don't. What? Okay, hold on. Okay, so the rules for the contest. Judging will proceed. It says nothing about photos. I need Dan to have a second season before I commit to it. I would be absolutely flabbergasted if this show didn't get renewed. It is the new hotness and it lives up to the hype in my opinion. So like, I'm so here. Like episode 9, I think. There's like a fight that happens underwater. No spoilers, but like, that episode, like I was so into that show up to that point, but that episode gave me big time Jujutsu Kaisen. Wait, is that the name of it? Yeah. Vibes. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. I like second guess myself, but that's the answer. Why are these misshapen? Are they photographs? No. I don't know. What are you even saying to me right now? I mean, I'll present the camera, I guess, but I don't think that's right.
The camera?
I guess so. You gave the picture of the body to the police and the picture of Mr. Frost's room to me.
Oh, and you gave us that picture you took of me and Mr. Edgeworth, too.
3 photographs in total, and yet the film cartridge in this camera only has 3 exposures remaining, out of a total of 20. You took more pictures, and I want to know what of. I'll need to see all the photos you took. Perhaps then we'll finally learn what you were really up to.
I'm so sorry. I confess, I've been lying to you.
These are all shots of Frost's room.
I'm so sorry.
Looks like she took pictures of his work from every possible angle.
And when they were taken, the ice still hadn't melted yet. Wait, don't tell me it was you.
It was. At least, I'm pretty sure it was.
You are? Why?
Well, you see, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Halik's work, as you know. I was petrified they might be ruined, what with the investigation that was going on and everything. So I thought I should at least capture the sculptures on film for posterity.
And how did that make them melt?
I think perhaps I was so intent on getting the perfect photographs that I might have tripped over the power cord without noticing.
By mistake, are you sure?
I didn't notice it at the time, but, well, how could I have been so careless as to cause the loss of his final masterpieces?
That seems a little convenient to me. I'm not sure I believe it. But I'm not in a position to refute it either.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause you any trouble.
Please, don't worry about it. The important thing is that you told us the truth.
What he said. No hard feelings, Miss Bound.
Thank you.
Mr. Edgeworth. Picture's yours. Hope it helps.
2 photos. Oh, okay. I can compare and contrast. I hate him. Maybe that's what you hate, is the age. Why can't we get more anime about adults? I don't know. I don't know if it's just because, like, their target audience, their perceived target audience anyway, is, like, younger people. Or because Japan sort of across the board has a little bit of an age thing. Which, to be fair, America also has that same age thing, but our numbers are a little higher than Japan. So I feel like it's probably that's the answer, tragically, unfortunately. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Ew, it is Von Karma. He's a terrible man.
Are you infernal nuisance still here? You don't know when to give up. Linger for as long as you like. The answer is still the same. You are not part of this investigation.
Whether we're a part of it or not, we'll uncover the truth nonetheless.
Seems you don't know when to shut up either, but I commend you on your stubbornness. And I'm gonna raise your child at some point, I guess.
Mr. Von Karma, I'm afraid I'm the one responsible for Mr. Frostwork melting.
What is the meaning of this?
I'm so sorry, and to you, Mr. Gusto.
I don't remember his voice. It was probably like,
Huh, no concern of mine. I didn't do anything, and Mr. Von Karma agrees.
nothing at all, Mr. Gusto. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why.
Sure, I was...
Ah!
Silence! You are not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information. Duty bound, you're coming with me. I have reason to believe that you are an accomplice of the accused Samson Tangerine. I will be interrogating you personally, so you had better get your story in order.
I understand.
Wait, please. I'm not done questioning her myself.
I do think I care because...
He sucks so much. He's just like cartoonishly evil.
Bad Gusto and you, Scone. I have questions for all of you, and I expect answers. Fine by me.
Oh, you kidding lace ass nicely, mannequins.
Bye, everyone. Wait. The pastry chef kind of like crab walked away.
He took literally everyone with him.
Indeed. Well, I suppose that means there's little point in us hanging around either. Perhaps it's time we got going anyway. It is rather late. I hope the snow is let up.
You're right, home time.
Oh, he hungry.
Guess my stomach's in agreement too.
Haha, all right, let's go grab a burger before my own stomach starts grumbling too.
Sounds good to me. Let's eat up and rest up. We'll need to be in fighting fit for tomorrow.
We will indeed, and our first port of call will be with Mr. Tangaroa. The Edgeworth Von Karma beef started early. It did. Well, because he's just always been terrible. Wow, what a short little segment that was. Well, time to end stream. Just kidding. JK, JK, JK. Boo, 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 doo. It's Christmas!
Hey, it's Miss Bound.
Oh, Mr. Fender. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday.
She looks rather tired. Has Miss Von Karma finished interrogating you?
Yes, though he really only seemed interested on how I melted those sculptures.
Are you here to see Mr. Tangaroa too?
Yes, I'm terribly worried about him.
Von Karma would yell at babies for existing, yeah, if they were in his way. Are you under arrest, Bad? Detective Bad? What are you doing back there?
Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon.
Not sure anyone just happens to be at a detention center, but okay.
Oh no, his hair! What? Oh no! I couldn't tell you what his voice was. Good morning.
Mr. Tangaroa, what happened to you?
Oh no, Samson! What did they do to you?
He started doing a cream puff.
They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired.
That's a war. That's literally a war crime, but okay. They're not letting you sleep.
That's not police work, that's torture. What's going on here, Detective Bad?
I'm not the one doing the interview. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's methods about as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help.
It was Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'd still be in that interrogation room right now if it weren't for him.
Huh.
Detective Bad really is trying to look out for Mr. Tanjiro in his own way, it seems. I think he just got stress hair, or I don't know what. Alright, Eddie, let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tanjiro.
You got it, Mr. Reed. My notepad is at the ready.
Mr. Tanjiro, we found out quite a bit, if you'd like to hear it.
Of course, thank you.
Are you alright, Mr. Tanjiro? You seem kinda spaced out.
He just said he was exhausted.
I'm fine, just I think my blood sugar might be running a little low.
Samson!
Do we have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Yeah. We'll just slip it through the window.
Huh. Is that chocolate for me?
Oh, those are the chocolates
I wish I could just give them to you, Mr. Tanjiro, but the rules here don't exactly allow me to do so.
Oh, that's a shame. But rules are rules, I suppose.
Give him a lollipop, Bad!
There must be some way we can hand him to him.
I hope Detective Bad is noting the meaningful looks in his direction.
Ugh. Let me take a look at them. They might be legit.
Thank you, Detective Bad.
My hero.
I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. For literally feeding the detainee.
Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Here.
You don't know how much this means. Wait.
You don't know how much this means to me.
There's a lot of voice. I'm getting messed up.
Yeah, keep it down, will you, for both our sakes.
Of course, Detective. I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now, to sample these treats. Then he's just... Bad's like, quiet down, and then Tanjiro is like, yummy, yummy! Just like screaming it. Oh, shit. Yummy. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot.
I didn't do it for you. It was my call.
Guess you're not such a bad guy after all.
I didn't even make the joke. Why am I taking credit for this? I didn't make it. Okay.
Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a mad reborn. Haha, were they your handiwork, Judy?
Yes, how were they?
The best fucking chocolate I ever ate in my goddamn life. Feel them melt. Soft and smooth. Chocolates that'll comfort and soothe. Ear to ear, head to toe. Smile and savor the taste that flows.
He's alive again. 3 chocolates is all you need.
Delicious. Thank you. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy.
I'm so glad you like them.
And I'm glad you're back to your old self.
My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse from the sheer despair.
Wow, is the food here really all that bad?
Just the usual French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that.
Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing. What? What does that mean?
Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene.
That's important. Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share?
Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Paul Halik.
Is that a pun, too? Artie Frost was Paul Halik. I never would have imagined.
Poor Mr. Halik.
So the famous French sculptor wasn't a Frenchman after all, huh?
He ate it. This would all certainly explain why Mr. Halik was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public.
He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently. A bunch of Zodiac statues. Guess he'll never finish them now.
He never finished his greatest masterpiece.
Nah, seems like he was making statues for each season, but he never got around to the winter constellations.
The winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini?
So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set.
Yeah, now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, Miss Bound, I wasn't blaming you.
One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make, which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there's any chance someone called in a debt.
I guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems.
Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest?
None. Guy didn't even tell his family.
I see.
Alright, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard, but I can't be hanging around here any longer.
Understood, Detective. We'll see you again shortly. Bye. He's almost as tall as the door. Come on. He's a good man. He certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody who can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in.
And to scare the pants off anyone new he meets.
Oh, excuse me. Now, you were going to tell me about what you learned yesterday? Of course. Allow me to give you the full report. Thank you for that, and allow me to apologize on Judy's behalf.
I'm so sorry.
She can apologize. Well, she's not an adult yet. I was like, she's an adult, and I'm like, no, she's not. It's fine, Mr. Tanjiro. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learn the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I asked you a question or two? By all means, I'll gladly share all I can. The contestants. What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Scone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semifinal. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. And there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semifinal as well. Which was, it tasted identical to Mr. Frost's. They may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing.
Huh? What exactly did his work look like?
Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion.
I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth.
Much appreciated, Miss Bound. But Mr. Frost's identity for the finals, that was truly sublime. So you were able to finish judging it, even though his body had been discovered in the meantime? Yes, I wasn't aware of what had happened until after I'd completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit. Part of the lyre, I believe. I've never tasted anything like it. It was like a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song. I'm sorry, but are you saying that the lyre tasted good? I'd like to hear more about that, if you don't mind. You're quite sure it was the lyre you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work? I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture in that display case. Mr. Tanjiro, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? Every time you do, it makes me laugh. So the part you tried was the lyre, the one shown here without any strings. Oh, there were strings originally. That was the part I ate. So the strings were missing because Mr. Tanjiro ate them all and he enjoyed them? Miss Scone told us she ate a part of the lyre as well, but she said it was far too salty for her to finish. But it's true. The truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste. Something wrong? How so exactly? There's a taste disorder characterized by an inability to detect salty flavors. How integral is this gonna be to the this is gonna be the linchpin in the case right here. Oh my goodness. Hold on one sec. Alright. There's a taste disorder. Oh, I read that. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I eat so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took me a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now. That would explain why the food here seems so bland to him.
What? But your taste buds are your livelihood.
Even if there was some long-term treatment option, I highly doubt a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for a proper evaluation. Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back in my mansion. You do? I do. You can take a look at it for yourself if you like.
Samson, we can't show that recipe to just anyone.
Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody. He's my attorney, and I have no secrets from him.
Yes, you're right, of course. If that is what you wish.
Why does she not want to do that? What on earth is this secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding? Is it probably just fucking chocolate again? Everything's goddamn chocolate with these people.
Well, I suppose I should be getting back.
All right, we'll be right behind you.
Judy,
Yes, Samson.
there's more to life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live, because I won't always be around.
Don't say that! Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be waiting right there at the mansion until you come home. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait, Miss Bound!
Judy.
Judy.
Whoa, she seemed really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why'd you even say all that to her?
Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own.
What do you mean?
The Holly collection, the candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and to choose her own destiny. The last thing I want is for her to miss out on all that life has to offer because of me.
I guess that makes sense.
He seems like a solid dude. That's a good take. He really does see her as his own child. What parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path? And what parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? I know exactly how he feels in this moment. I think I've asked of you everything I can for now, Mr. Tangaroa. We should be getting back to the scene of the crime.
Oh, you're leaving, I see. I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session.
Ah, yes, well, we'll have to do something about that.
You'll speak to the police for me.
That too, but I'll be putting something else in place as well. An ace up our sleeve for when the time comes.
I look forward to learning more. I'm counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tangaroa, every day.
No, this is Daddy Edgeworth. This is 18 years ago, Alec. This is Edgeworth's dad, and Edgeworth is a baby at this point in time.
And Judy too.
This is Daddy Fender from the other case. He's just like a teenager.
Thank you, Eddie. I'll look forward to it.
Mr. Tangaroa, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. Yeah, this isn't Miles Edgeworth. This is Gregory Edgeworth. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can't, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you for as long as this case lasts. And it will make it that much harder for me to save you.
I understand, and I'll try.
I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroa. You have my word on that. Yay. Yeah! We're crime busting. What are you doing? Sir, hello? It's Christmas! Miles Edgeworth doesn't get to see Santa because this other guy got murdered. You know what I mean? I don't remember if we know what the hell is... Where the mother's at. Like, is there a mother in the picture or not? Detective Bad, thank you again for what you did out.
Yeah, thanks a ton.
What are you talking about?
Haha, there's no need to be shy about it.
Never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here, looking to investigate some more.
We are indeed. We'll need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaroa.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but apart from this room, this whole place is on lockdown.
What? But we need to see those other rooms.
This is Mr. Von Karma's doing, I presume.
Who else? I haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too. Now, don't expect to speak with anybody except us cops and Ms. Bound. Everybody else is gone, and I doubt Von Karma will be handing out phone numbers.
Is this all just a game to him? Why does he have to go so far?
So what's your plan of action, detective?
Same as before. Do what I can to help you uncover the truth, like I promised.
You have my gratitude.
You just wait, Mr. Von Karma. We're gonna beat you in your bag of dirty tricks.
Detective, may we conduct a brief investigation of this area?
Sure, but like I said, everywhere else is off bounds. You probably won't be seeing those rooms again.
That's fine. As long as there's at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do.
Boop, bop, beep, boop.
Wow! Hell yeah. Okay. What do we got? It seems these instruments are used on Mr. Tanjiro and Ms. Bound's TV show, Bake and Bop. There's some of the few things in here that aren't made of candy.
Is it just me, or does the detective seem a little disappointed?
Oh, this is Gregory. He wants it to be candy. Oh, he's coming with us. Are these drums cakes? There's a drum set here, decorated to look as if it was made out of cakes. They must play it on Bake and Bop. Detective, about these drums.
We already checked. There's nothing inside any of them. And no sign of anything having been put inside or taken out either. They're not relevant to the case.
You've already done your homework, I see.
I may like lollipops a little too much, but I'm no sucker.
Come on. Come on. Well, hi, Santa. What's up, Santa? You looking a little mouth agape right now. A Santa Claus statue. Is this made of candy, too?
That door leads to Tanjiro's room, so yeah, could be he made that thing too.
Speaking of Santa, that reminds me, I still need to find a present for Miles. It is Christmas Day! Gregory, Edgeworth, it is Christmas now. Come, you needed to get a gift before today. Come on. What are we doing? Like father, like son, I guess. He wanted an attorney's badge. I wonder if Mr. Tanjiro would make one out of candy for me if I asked. Get your kid a toy. He's a child.
That's the door to Gusto's room.
I don't know if it's Gusto or Gusto. Maybe Gus, because he's blowing air into the things. I'm going to go with that. I guess the candy reindeer is meant to show the way.
Big antlers like that. Must be a bull.
I think not. Male reindeer shed their antlers in winter. Therefore, this must be a female.
Thanks, Mr. Trivia. Attorneys.
They don't teach you about reindeer in law school, detective. Come on. This is quite the trophy.
Awarded to Tanjiro. First place, International Confectioners Association Annual Spectacular.
It's made of candy. I guess it wasn't meant to last forever.
Makes sense. Prizes fame. None of it lasts forever, right?
I doubt it's anything quite that deep. Boop, 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 boop. These trophies all belong to Mr. Tanjiro. But they're not all for confectionery contests. Some appear to be for charity work. A testament to both his character and his professional achievements. What's this one here? In recognition of Bake and Bop's long-standing achievement in making children's dreams come true. That's so sweet, it's got me wanting to watch it. Okay.
Scone's room is through there.
It's marked by a snowman. A candy snowman by the look of it.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll be.
He's really sizing it up. He isn't thinking of making it into his next lollipop, is he? It's a Christmas tree made from candy.
These candy statues have everybody on edge. If ants get in here, that's our scene ruined.
Yes, it would be pretty disastrous, I suppose. Oh, she's here. Ms. Bound, we're here to continue our investigation.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier.
She's still kind of down in the dumps, mystery.
She must have been greatly taken aback by what Mr. Tanjiro had to say.
I found the photograph for the semi-final entries for you. Here, it's all yours.
Oh.
Wow, Miss Scone sure knows how to make a cute cake.
But she doesn't know how to do that.
Yes, Samson loved to design for that one. And he loved the designs and flavors of Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entries too. Only problem was, as Samson mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, their respective entries for the final tasted nothing alike, it seems.
Was there anything else of note that changed between the semifinal and the final?
Nothing major, but I guess there was one thing. Mr. Gusto's son was always there with him throughout the contest. And he is nowhere to be seen during the final.
Why would his son come and hang out at a contest venue of all places? What do you mean, Gregory? Are you a bad dad, Gregory? Come on. Are you? I mean, I guess you're doing a case on Christmas, but like, I mean, a man's life is on the line. Are you sure you're happy for us to keep hold of this?
Oh, of course. I hope it helps in your investigation.
Frost and Gusto's creations had different designs, but tasted the same.
Oh, I also have the book containing the recipe for the cure Samson mentioned.
We've seen this book before. Oh.
It was in the chocolate frame in Tanjiroa's room.
That's right, he put it on display there so that everyone can see the grand prize.
What? The cure is in the ultimate cookbook. So it's not a book of dessert recipes, I take it.
Oh no, we told the contestants, of course. But I guess nobody told you yet.
So the contestants all knew what the ultimate cookbook was this whole time. Cures for... a book containing formulas for creating a cure for taste disorders and other chemical and pharmaceutical items. Oh. That makes me way more suspicious of our old gal, Delicia Stone, if she's a pharmacist. I'd like to hear more about the cookbook, if you don't mind, Ms. Bound. The ultimate cookbook, what is this, Danganronpa? So if I understand correctly, the ultimate cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines.
Exactly, or rather, totally new medications that haven't made it to market yet, to be precise. To the right buyer, a pharmaceutical company, for example, it can be worth a fortune.
But why make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest?
Mr. Tanjiro is the sole heir to the Tanjiro family fortune. Perhaps you've heard of the Tanjiro Group?
The Tanjiro Group? Yeah, I think I've heard of them somewhere before.
It's a major pharmaceutical corporation. Sells all kinds of pills and poisons.
Oh yeah, that new Cold Killer Pro has been making some real waves since it went on sale. I always reach for a cold killer when I'm feeling under the weather.
Which is never, as far as I've seen. I'd like to hear more about the Tanjiro Group, if you don't mind. Yeah, tell me. Hold on, though. My nose is done plug stuffled. Sheesh, I say. Oh, God. Sheesh, I say. Sheesh. You say that 5 times fast and not mess up once. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you all. Tanjiro Group. So, did Mr. Tanjiro not want to take over for his parents and go into the family business?
No, he preferred the idea of making people's lives better through the power of confectionery, and his parents supported him in his quest to become the best in the world. Then, when he passed away, he inherited the cookbook.
But why would he make such a valuable heirloom a mere contest prize?
He's been hounded by so many people looking to make their book their own, he was tired of. But it would have been an insult to his parents' memory to simply give it away. So he decided to find somebody he felt was worthy of it.
I'll bet the board...
This is like some Willy Wonka shit.
I'll bet the board of directors love that. Handing over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else.
They hated the idea, of course. Which is why Delicia entered the contest.
Yeah, I told you.
The Tanjiro Group wanted her to win the book back for them.
So you knew she was a pharmacist all along?
Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samson's tastes. I tried to help her win.
But why?
I wanted to protect Samson by protecting the Tanjiro Group. If that cookbook fell into another company's hands, the board would never forgive him. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way that Samson couldn't object to.
So that's how Miss Scone managed to make it so far in a contest she had no business taking part in.
But Miss Scone wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost wasn't really a confectioner either. And he still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad.
Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor, and a gifted crafter of desserts, too.
Gifted indeed, judging by the standard of his work in the final. But how did one man produce pieces of that size and quality in such a short period of time?
I'm not sure I have much more to tell you. But if there's anything else I can help you with, I'll be happy to, of course.
She's certainly very keen to ensure that she does all she can for Mr. Tanjiro. I could certainly use a cup of the tea you made us yesterday, if you wouldn't mind. I think that might help move the investigation along nicely.
Oh, I'll have some too. Your tea is to die for, Miss Bound.
Well, how could I possibly refuse? I'll bring it right out.
You know, I think that cheered her up a little.
Yeah, it would seem as such. Wait, I have a new picture to look at? Or no, it's this. Yeah, how did Scone make this cake? What are these made out of? Okay. What more is there for me to look at? Maybe this pond. The statues on the fountain depict cherubs enjoying some chocolate fondue.
Paul Halik's work, apparently. Gotta hand it to him. They look so real.
Detective, are you saying you have personally seen cherubs before?
Attorneys, always poking holes in people's words.
What did I do something wrong? What else? Okay. This sign shows which artist's work is on display in which room. From left to right, Mr. Tangaroa, Mr. Gusto, Miss Scone, and Mr. Frost. Incidentally, this sign is also made from candy. What were they going to do with all this candy? Was somebody going to eat it when the contest was over? Oops. Oh, here's a real liar. There's a liar here and some maracas designed to look like ice cream cones. They're so well made, it's hard to tell what's candy and what's not just by looking. I'd reach out and touch them, but then I'd be disturbing the crime scene.
Hands off. I already checked them out. They're real.
Check them out how exactly? Did you manhandle vital evidence, detective?
I didn't touch them. Not with my hands, at least.
Did he? Never mind. I don't want to. What is that? Did you lick him? What is the insinuation there? An elevator? Where does this elevator go?
The second floor. Tangaroa and Bound live up there. Sounds like they live a pretty charmed life. Tea parties, candy making, that kind of thing. They even have a garden. Must be nice on a sunny day.
That does sound nice. Perhaps they'll invite us when this is all over. You'd come, wouldn't you, detective?
Don't get ahead of yourself now. I'm not in the habit of palling around with attorneys.
Okay. Well. Maybe I need to talk to Eddie? A moment of your time, Eddie.
Sure thing, Mr. E. What's up?
Do you have any thoughts on the case? I don't,
Miss Scone's beautiful dreamscape being used to store the murder weapon.
I don't think this is anything. I'm gonna skip this. I don't think that is what we need to do. Did I just saw one that didn't have the... Okay, well, wait. That must just sort of be a glitch, I guess. Okay, so maybe the fountain itself is nothing. I can't imagine I need to talk to these guards. But I guess let's try. Oops. I don't have anything to deduce. Okay, maybe I can talk to Bad?
What is it?
No, that doesn't seem to be it. Okay, I guess let me pull up the thing. Let me pull up the thing. Let me pull it up, baby. We're gonna figure out how to progress through this part. Okay. You'll move. Okay, return to the detention center. Speak to the officer kneeling at the rim of the fountain. Present Artie Frost's profile. Oh, I did that already. And gain the victim's... Wait. Oh, I didn't talk to this guy. Oh. Okay. Excuse me, may I ask what you're investigating? Sir, I'm analyzing the fountain water to see what might be in it, sir.
And what did you find?
Chocolate. What looks like the kind of flavorings and coloring is used in frozen desserts, sir. The composition of the chocolate seems to be the same as that of Mr. Tangaroa's work. And the flavorings and colorings match the profile of those used in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures.
Those little rivers flow from all four artists' room right here to this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up here.
And that's not all, sir. We also found blood.
What? Why is there blood in the water?
Think back to our investigation of the murder scene, detective. Take another look at the scene in front of us, detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing.
You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning that they'd removed the blood along with the body.
The victim's blood was mysteriously absent, as was the part of the chocolate chest it had pooled on. I believe that the blood probably belonged to... Well, I mean, right?
Take that!
What do you mean?
The victim, huh? I'll have the guy compare it with the blood on the murder weapon.
Whoa.
It's a match. The blood in the fountain, it's Frost's.
But why would someone want to send the victim's blood downstream and into the fountain like this? Scooby-Doo. Okay. I thought looking at the fountain also spoke to this man. We've learned a little more about the contest's participants. But there's still one question involving Mr. Gusto, for which we never got an answer. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto? You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why.
Sure, I was... Silence,
What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room? And that's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for the semifinals. A confectioner who admits to lacking design sense and a sculptor with it in spades. Mr. Gusto could not have hoped to win such a high-level contest by himself. Which is why I'm beginning to wonder if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective, I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. His story still doesn't quite add up for me.
Me neither.
We need to figure out how to get in touch with him. Oh, do you now? Is that... Oh, there he is.
Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it.
Mr. Von Karma.
I am already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto, so there is no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have.
He seems dead set on preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto, in which case, fine, then allow me to take you up on your offer.
Very well. What is it?
I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost. Whoa! Oh my god!
The connection between Gusto and Frost is simply a matter of coincidence. They both happen to be taking part in the same contest.
That's it? And that's all?
That's all I have to say to you.
What? But that doesn't help us at all.
We'll have to confront him with evidence if we want to draw the truth out of him. And it's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably present the fact that they taste the same.
Objection!
Yeah. I wonder if you could take a look at these two confections in the foreground for me, Mr. Von Karma. They were made for the contest semifinals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted, wouldn't you agree?
Get to the point.
As the nameplate suggests, these were Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries. Mr. Gusto told us that confectionery design was far from his strong suit. And yet, his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost's. Exactly as good, in fact. We learned from another witness that their two entries also tasted exactly the same.
What are you suggesting?
I am suggesting that they were helping one another out. Let's take a closer look, shall we? While at first glance, the two may appear to be superficially different, it soon becomes apparent that there are significant similarities in how they are put together. They are made of the same ingredients, taste the same, and share a similar design aesthetic. This picture is proof positive that the two were working together.
If you figured that much out, I suppose there's little point in denying it.
Mr. Von Karma knew all along that they were cooperating, so he just lied to us. He's a liar, pants on fire.
But I'll warn you, none of what you're about to hear will be to your advantage.
What the hell? Gusto and Frost's real connection.
Let me confirm what you be so desperate to prove. Gusto and Frost were indeed working together. Gusto spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final.
So, you knew that the two were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, why are you trying to bury the truth?
Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely wanted to avoid you poking your nose around before I could provide proper context in court. It simply slipped my mind to explain that to you.
It doesn't explain why he's being so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what it is he's hiding. I can't let things end like this. Alright, you absolute butthole. He's a butthole, and now this is the rebuttal.
Let me confirm what you see.
Okay, they were working together. So spelled out the details of his relationship. It seems they were helping right until... Okay, let me just press everything, I guess. Star, hello!
Hold it!
Head pats are working right now. I pressed the button correctly. So you did know that there was a connection between the two. Why were you trying to hide it?
Tisk. I don't just hand out information like candy, and certainly not to the defense.
How are you, Star? I don't want to go to work today. Don't do it. Oh, do it. When is your, like, last day, Star? How soon is that coming?
But not like that lollipop nursing fool of a detective over there. Ugh. You do things your way, and I'll do them mine. And you wonder why I refuse to share information with a traitor like you.
Christmas Eve? Holy moly.
Gusto spelled out the details in his relationship to Frost during the questioning last night.
Nope. Hold it. Last night, after Mr. Frost's work melted, correct?
Yes, I interviewed Gusto personally.
Yeesh, a one-on-one with Mr. Von Karma. That must have been terrifying.
I imagine Mr. Gusto probably mediated his way through the difficult parts. Meditated? No, I don't know.
He most certainly did not every time he closed his eyes. I brought him back with an almighty snap. No one dares plead the fifth with me.
Did that even work on him?
And that is how I was able to perfectly learn every last detail of Gusto and Frost's relationship.
What I got paid today was a fat check. Hell yeah! Christmas for everyone.
Seems they were helping everyone right to the very end.
Hold it. But why were they cooperating?
Gusto's sense of a design is subpar, and Frost was an amateur confectioner at best. Neither of them stood a chance at making it through the contest alone.
So what was their endgame? Why cooperate only until the day before the finals?
Gusto claims to have ended the scheme. Allegedly, he wanted to win the final on his own merits. His one and only goal really was to be crowned the world's best confectioner.
What the heck? Oh, to Toxid, hell yeah. Star, thank you. What the fuck? That's sweet. Your mom. Hello, Goonsling. Second part's alive. Merry Chrysler. Hell yeah. Beautiful. Okay.
And his pride would not allow him to do so with the help of another.
Cheaters can only ever win hollow victories, I guess.
I was under the impression that their collaboration had only lasted through the semifinals, but I'm starting to think it might have lasted up through the final itself. Mr. Von Karma, I'd like to ask you some more about how long they worked together, if you don't mind.
If you must. Gusto's design sense was...
Oh, wait.
The two cooperated until the day before the final.
Wait, which is the new one? Wait, was it this? Hold it! Did I read this one already? Before you ask, I'm not objecting to your characterization of Mr. Gusto's design sense.
Yeah, he admitted himself he isn't all that great.
Posture check, spooky, yeah. They did mobile, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't want anybody, listen. Gift subs are lovely, but like Twitch takes so much of it. And I feel like everyone as a gifter just I just opened up to the webpage. Yeah, hell yeah. No, it is a racket. This is why shit like this is why people are so stoked about Luigi, the Mario Brothers specifically, for legal reasons.
He made what he alleged to be a likeness of me. Just thinking of the abomination he came out with turns my stomach. Yeah, I kinda like the guy's work. An artistically rich amateur and an artistically impoverished professional. In a way, it was inevitable that they would wind up working together.
These zooms messed me up, hell yeah. Ooh, hell yeah, Star. Okay, so this is the new thing. So like, what can I present here? So like, I have two photos. Oh shit, this thing's gone. The cloth machine is gone. Interesting. Didn't notice that. It got stolen. Okay. Uh-huh. Alright, okay. This doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That's a salt lamp. Interesting. Yeah, this is the second one, yeah. I love Detective Bad. He's so bad. I'm not sure what the answer is here. Let's see. Frost's sculptures were scrumptious. So maybe that's,
Objection!
Oh, what? Huh? Oh, is this a new fourth statement?
Objection!
Okay, there we go. Detective Bad is Gumshoe's mentor? Kinda. I mean, we played the first game. Von Karmer. They weren't working together during the finals. Oh, shit. I find that a little hard to believe. Miss Scone is on record as having described Mr. Frost's creations as scrumptious. And while he was certainly skilled, I doubt even he could have become a world-class confectioner overnight. It seems far more likely to me that he and Mr. Gusto were still cooperating during the finals.
How many times must I explain this to you? Assertions require proof, and one person's entirely subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example,
I pity her.
is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs to shame.
How is that not an entirely subjective statement?
Furthermore, you are ignoring another crucial part of the pharmacist's testimony. Namely, that she also describes some of Frost's work as being unbearably salty. In other words, your evidence actually shows that Frost failed to produce the perfect confectionery.
Yerk.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. No more objections, I take it.
There must be some way I can prove that Gusto and Frost were still collaborating.
Mr. E, there's something that's been on my mind.
Yes, what is it, Eddie?
Mr. Frost's entry for the finals. Wouldn't it have taken a while to make?
I would imagine so.
Making flavored water, freezing it all, and then carving 2 whole sculptures? Could he really have done all that and helped Mr. Gusto with his work? If it was me, I'd have barely gotten as far as setting the flavored water up to the freeze part. Huh. I just can't see how Mr. Frost could have pulled it off.
Perhaps there's some loyalty instinct inside you after all, Eddie. Your ponderings certainly do point to another possibility. Eddie's right. Mr. Frost would have needed to freeze his own large blocks of flavored ice to create his art, and there wouldn't have been time to do that during the contest itself. So what must Mr. Frost have done in order to finish his flavored ice entry within the time limit? Make the ice the day before the final. He must have made the flavored ice the day before. Then all he would have had to do was sculpt it.
What are you muttering about now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something, that's all. I realized that you're correct.
What? Mr. E?
I hope you know what you're doing. Oh, accepting defeat at last, are we?
Yeah, Fender loves eating the paper because then he memorizes the notes. The only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Just as you said, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze, and whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto.
Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the final.
In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return? Yeah, I know, Star. He's a big eater. He's a big eater.
I could hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead.
Objection!
Perhaps not, but I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us, so why don't you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation was as thorough as you claimed?
How dare you call my methods into question?
That's not my intention. I just don't understand why you would obstruct a perfectly valid line of inquiry. Give me one good reason as to why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me.
One good reason, certainly. The how and why of Frost and Gusto's collaboration have absolutely no bearing in this case.
How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind this murder. That's probably the right... Is that the right spelling, or is that a typo? Inquiry versus inquiry. It's more British English. It's a British English version. Oh, enquire... Well... I think they used it wrong. They're both words. Inquire with an I is preferred for formal requests and official investigations. Enquire with an E is much broader, referring to any requests, formal or informal. So I guess it technically... This game has a lot of typos in it.
Could it indeed? And why did Gusto himself tell me about it? Why did the man you seem so keen on accusing share the details of his collaboration with the prosecution? Please tell me you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicions this time.
Mr. Gusto had only acted suspiciously one time that we know of, and I imagine Mr. Von Karma is aware of exactly what that suspicious action was, which means this is probably a trap.
Well, cat got your tongue.
But even if this is a trap, I can't back down now. Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is reason enough to suspect him.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. If that's your only concern, then allow me to clear it up for you.
I knew it. It was a trap.
I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I'd hate for the proceedings to drag on because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this.
Whoa. That's...
Gusto and Frost and their sons.
Family photo.
Gusto snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve this photograph.
But why?
It seems their sons attended the same elementary school. Gusto was concerned at the fact that the fact of Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place him under undue suspicion. A concern that you have just proved was entirely well-founded. Gusto's actions make perfect sense, and you have given me no reason to believe otherwise.
No! Why do we care about Gusto's innocence? He's never gonna let me talk to Mr. Gusto.
Now, if you're quite done obstructing my investigation, I have things to be getting on with.
Bye. Bye forever, hopefully.
That smug, self-righteous jerk. I'll give him something to be getting on with.
Yeah, thanks, Streamlabs. Yeah, check out the Discord, everybody. Thank you, Star.
What can we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tanjiro is finished if we can't figure something out.
Things to be getting on with. What exactly could those things be? He has a body, a murder weapon, and a suspect in custody. If the prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tanjiro, surely they have all they need. So why is Mr. Von Karma still investigating the scene of the crime? Hell yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Okay.
Something on your mind, Mr. E? Spooky the Mew.
You're not new. Ha ha ha. But if tell me your favorite crime, everyone.
Something on your mind, Mr. E?
If you're new here. We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Karma has everything he needs to proceed with the prosecution of Mr. Tanjiro. And yet he still doesn't seem entirely confident of his case. Do follow age. Do follow age. Exclamation follow age. One word. If he was, why refuse to share information with Detective Bad? Tampering with evidence is pretty good.
Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got that in hand too.
Oh my goodness, hell yeah. Oh, I'm stretching. I'm stretching. Ah! It's like a month ago. Hell yeah. Favorite crime is disturbing the peace. I rarely saw you stream. Hell yeah. Well, listen. We do YouTube also, but like everyday fun YouTube. And arson, you know, as one does. In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to the evidence that went missing. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. You just got the link. Hey, thank you.
You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body.
Evidence that turned up not in Mr. Tangiroa's room, but in a most unusual place. If you want to do the real one, you can tell me your favorite food, your favorite cute thing, and your pronouns if you like. Still no Etsy. I didn't do any of that. You can copy and paste that. Do it. You think I remembered to update my stream stuff after a stream star? Have you met me? Me remembering something? That's crazy. So there were no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tangiroa's room, yet we found some in the fountain instead. Why? Come be smart, boy. Okay. Missing victim's blood, no autopsy report. Well, wait. No, that was bad. No, excuse me. Not that. It's just the blood in the fountain and missing victim's blood. Yeah, whatever you want, you. Kara, hello. Mr. Frost's blood went missing from the crime scene, but traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to the trouble of removing the blood from the scene of the body after the body had been discovered? And why only the blood? Surely the body would have also been in the way. Wait, could someone have moved the body aside to get to the blood? Interesting. No autopsy report. Body moved aside? So the body might have only been moved aside or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there's still no autopsy report. We've learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been the body has been recovered by the forensics team. But what if that assumption is false? What if Mr. Von Karma wouldn't show Detective Bad the autopsy report out of something other than spite? What if we've been thinking about this the wrong way around all along? The question isn't why did Mr. Von Karma hold back information about the body? It's did Mr. Von Karma even have any information about the body in the first place? How do things look from that angle? Perhaps the body hadn't been removed by the police in order to carry out an autopsy. Perhaps it had already been removed and hidden away by the culprit before their arrival.
Mr. E?
We've both heard the rumors about Mr. Von Karma's questionable methods. Fabricated witness statements, shady deals, forged evidence even.
Sure, everyone's heard of that stuff, but what's that got to do with us right now?
You what? Huh? Yeah, check out our Etsy. We got cute shit there. Who knows about a what, Mew? What is that? Tell us. I would never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone, even Mr. Von Karma. I've tried my best not to let my preconceptions color our interactions with him. Nonetheless, it appears he may indeed be willing to twist the truth to his own ends.
To twist the truth? You mean he's been playing dirty?
I fear he might have been, and still is. And I'm not about to let him get away with it. I like that he keeps his badge on his little button spot.
I'm returning to the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney.
Yes, sir. Hold it. Ha-ha!
Yes, what is it now?
I have a few questions, Mr. Von Karma, about a certain fact you've been keeping from us.
Really? You mean to call the methods of an officially sanctioned investigation into question yet again? I'm warning you, if you obstruct the police in their work any further, there will be consequences.
Objection!
It's a squarish, sharp-teeth monster. With low intelligence and runs into walls a lot. That's cute. It's not the police I have an issue with, Mr. Von Karma. It's you.
What?
Isn't it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of a crime is?
What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating what the prosecution's role is or is not with the likes of you. But let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects and ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs.
What game is it from?
Believe me when I say I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfect, unassailable case.
Objection!
And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts out of whole cloth, perhaps?
Ha! And I thought you had outdone yourself already.
Al-Oni? What is that for? I've never heard of that.
But now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence.
I do. Because it is why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing his job at every turn.
What are you talking about?
You didn't shut him out of your investigation because you wanted to keep an eye on us. You did it to stop him from finding out that you don't have the body.
What?
He doesn't have the body.
Ridiculous. You're clutching at straws. I will tolerate no more of your preposterous slander.
Josh, hello. An RPG horror game from 2008. Ooh. For like PC or what? Then allow us to examine it. Prove me wrong if you can.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I am under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusations one way or another.
Objection!
The case is going good, to answer your question. We're yelling it at the bad man. As you must have seen for yourself, a piece of bloodied chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Why did it disappear and where did it go?
What does it matter? Some blood went missing from the chest where the body was found. So what?
So what indeed? That's precisely my question. If the body was still at the scene when the police got here, removing the blood would accomplish nothing. However, let us suppose for a moment that the body was not. If someone had wanted to erase any trace of what had happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense.
What is his petty obsession with the blood stain? But since it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went?
Of course, after all, evidence is everything, as you never tire of telling us. I believe this should back up my theory quite nicely. What evidence do I have? It went into the water. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Take that!
Take that. Take this. Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain, along with traces of the chocolate from Mr. Tangiroa's room. I believe the missing piece of the bloodstained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows into the fountain, which strongly points towards one certain fact. Someone purposefully disposed of the blood after the body had been removed from the chest. Gurk. Oh my god. Mr. Von Karma, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me!
Where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor the means to carry out that kind of analysis on the fountain water. No, but I do. Curse you, Bad, you've been a thorn in my side from the moment you were assigned. Well, no longer. As of now, you're officially off the case. I was barely on it in the first place.
Mr. Von Karma, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's really quite the claim, you know. And one for which you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid.
What must I do to get an answer out of him?
Now, if you don't mind, I've given you quite enough of my precious time already. I look forward to destroying you in court, Gregory Edgeworth. Your precious logic and theories won't save you then. Nothing will.
Mark my words, Mr. Von Karma, your methods will be your undoing. No matter how you tried to hide the truth, I'll bring it all to light in the end. Yeah. Get him. Bye. He's got to go around us to leave. Forgive me, Detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position.
Don't sweat it. It was always going to end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever sidelined me the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? You know, I think you might be right about the body being missing.
I am, and I'll prove it in court.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. Since, you know, I'm off the case now.
That's very kind, and I'm sorry to keep asking favors of you, Detective Bad, but there is one more thing. They were truly his undoing in the end.
Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me in on the secret.
All right, Eddie, the detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Mr. Tangaroa acquitted. But I'd prefer to have an ace in the hole, just in case.
And what is it?
You'll find out in the courtroom.
Wait, what? You letting me join you?
Of course I am. You're my assistant, after all.
Haha, I'll be more than, but, what? I'll be more than that by next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know. We can take on Mr. Von Karma together. Uh-oh.
Indeed. I'll definitely won't be dead by then. Though I'm hoping to have freed Mr. Tangaroa by then. But if we're up against Mr. Von Karma, I guess we can't rule out the possibility that this might take some time.
Right, but we'll do everything we can in the meantime. I know you can beat Mr. Von Karma, Mr. E. I believe in you.
Ooh, excuse. We can't allow Mr. Tangaroa to remain in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And we won't. I suppose I'll expose Mr. Von Karma's lies if it's the last thing I do. Well, then you died, though. Sorry. He is dead. He did die. To be continued. Okay. What? How much? Golly, there's a lot. Yeah, we'll just go for it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep going today. I wasn't sure. It's like really early for me to end stream, but I think we can finish the next section pretty quick. But we are gonna take a short little breaky doodle. So, let me ask the question of the day. What's your kind of chocolate? Did I spell chocolate right? No. There are no rules. Just tell me the answer. I'm gonna run an ad, but I'll be back shortly. I love you all to pieces. BRB, baby. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, hello, subscribers. I'm eating some tortillo chips. Ow. You like that? Robbie! Did you know that I love you, Robbie? Hell yeah. Oh, wait. We're in the middle of an ad, but it's about to be over. 44 months, Robbie. That is almost... Wait. How many months? There's 12? 12, 24, 36. Yeah, in 4 more months, that's 4. Have I been streaming for 4 years? Oh my god. I guess in January. Well, wait. Yeah. Wow. What? That's nuts. That's crazy. Hi, everyone. We're back. Bubbly chocolate Reese's? Hell yeah. Alright, baby. I still have 1 tortilla chip. What else is nuts? These nuts? Got them. Cashews. Yeah, they're... Well, are they? Are cashews? Well, wait. Well, peanuts aren't nuts, though, but everything else is a nut. Are cashews nuts? Are peanuts nuts? Come on, Google. Yeah, they're legumes. They're different. They're nuts, but they come from fruit. What is a nut, really? It's just like how like vegetables aren't real. You know what I mean? Like everything's just produce, and vegetables is like we've sort of done our best to guess. People will be like, "Oh, being intelligent is knowing that you can't that a tomato is a fruit, but it doesn't go in a fruit salad." It's like, okay, that's fine, but like, why is it a fruit? Like, what are we doing? A nut is a dream your heart makes. I don't know if that's true. I think it'll kill me probably. Yeah. No, that's also true. All right, we're leaning back. We don't have to do Von Karma's voice anymore, which is good for me. But we do have to do Kay's voice.
And that's pretty much how things went down. Those are the facts of the IS-7 as far as I'm concerned.
I'm finally learning the truth about my father's last case.
So what happened at the trial?
Well,
we lost. Von Karma did a real number on us.
Really? You couldn't prove that Mr. Tangerone was innocent?
Oh, we could prove it all right. Had a decent little pile of evidence in our favor. Problem was, we underestimated Von Karma. He fought even dirtier than we'd feared.
I can imagine. Secure a conviction at all costs. That was always his guiding principle.
Heh, yeah, ain't that the truth? Anywho, the trial dragged on and on. The whole thing took about a year in the end. I'll never forget the day the verdict came down, December 28th that following year. It's April now, so, ooh, mama, we're talking over 17 years ago.
Vendor has vaguely parried the platypus colors.
Time sure does fly, huh?
December 28th. I was there that day 17 years ago, sitting in the courtroom gallery.
Just before the trial got started, Gregory noticed that Samson was looking even worse than usual. Turns out the poor guy had finally reached his limit. It was so bad, he even said he wanted to be found guilty.
Wait, you mean they forced a confession out of him? They did it in the present tense? It's not a typo.
Star, you're about to turn 4 years old. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Von Karma got what he'd been pushing for, far from the very beginning. And when Gregory tried to drop the bombshell about there being no body to speak of, he learned that Von Karma had used the power of the police to head him off at the pass. Even had himself a faked autopsy report, but that wasn't the end of it. Von Karma had gotten Samson to falsely testify against himself to being an accessory to murder in court. Combined with his confession, the poor guy's goose was well and truly cooked. But Gregory still had his ace in the hole, though.
I'm this many. The same ace he asked Detective Bad to help him with.
Exactamundo. He knew he needed one last card to play if they squeezed a confession out of Samson. So he had Bad record all of Samson's interrogations.
I guess Detective Bad really wanted to know the truth too, huh?
We all did, but he was a trooper. Stayed with the case even after Von Karma took him off it. He was tied up in some other big case too. Good old Bad, they don't make him like that anymore.
Alright, Gumshoe's right here maybe. Look at that.
Anyway, Gregory presented the recordings as proof that Samson's confession was coerced.
Yeah, there are nuts in so many things. Hydrate, yeah.
You know what else is in so many things? Wheat! You know what? It almost worked. A cop named Ian Sideman got fired. Samson's interrogator and the initial detective before bad. He took the fall for pretty much the whole thing. But Von Karma didn't get away scot-free. In fact, he was disciplined by the chief prosecutor.
For the one and only time in his 40-year career. Can't have vegan cheese because they use cashews. Oh, man. I miss throwing things. Yeah, I don't know why it's broken. One of these days I'll have time to look at it, but I'm a busy bee, baby.
Still, Samson himself couldn't stomach another day in court. So when that guilty verdict came down, it didn't just signal the end of that day, but of the whole sad affair.
I don't remember a lot myself, but my father's face when they declared Mr. Tangaroa guilty. I was a young child at the time, but even I could tell how much he was hurting inside.
Gregory wanted to appeal the ruling, of course. He would have done anything to clear Samson's name. But then, well, you know what happened next.
If I'm in row and I get a last meal. Yeah, cashews. Just a whole mouthful of cashews.
But then, well, you know what happened next. Poor guy, he never got the chance.
Yeah, wow, this is what they made him look like in the first game. They had to sort of, like, jazz him up for this game. That's so funny.
I should have left him with that. I should have left with him that day. I'll always blame myself for not doing that.
So just in case you all are unclear, this is from the first game. This is like the final case in the first game, except for the bonus case. That doesn't count. Where we figure out, like, oh, shit, but what about, but Von Karma, well, he just didn't die for no reason. But Edgeworth thought he shot his dad for, like, his whole life, and then it was like, nah, baby, it weren't you.
But I shoved that aside and obsessed over something else instead. Or rather, someone else. I hated what you did. Hated you for choosing to stick with Von Karma.
He was a baby there.
I hope you can forgive me.
No, you had every right to hate me. I went on to become a prosecutor as planned, and that's when Mr. Von Karma showed me this case file. According to these records, Mr. Tanjiro was convicted as the main culprit in Mr. Frost's murder.
Nope, that's not right. Samson was convicted as an accessory to murder.
Strange. The file clearly states that he was the perpetrator. Plus, I'm fairly certain that all of Mr. Von Karma's cases were successfully solved.
Mind if I take a peek at those? This file's been doctored. The part about the verdict has been changed.
What?
Here, feast your peepers on this.
Fender, this is you're being serious. I like that Edgeworth does the same hand wiggle as Gregory, yeah. Samson Tangaroa, age 39, organizer of confectionery contest. Victim's body was found inside one of his creations, leading to his arrest. While in detention, Tangaroa discovered that he had a taste disorder, which was subsequently cured via medication. Verdict: convicted as an accomplice based on his confession. Convicted as an accomplice?
That's a copy of the file they have on record at the courthouse.
Then why is my copy so different?
Well, you said it came from Von Karma, yeah? My guess is he didn't want Gregory's son thinking there was a murderer out there still at large. Didn't want you looking into it again before the statute of limitations was up.
So everything I believed about the case was a lie.
Like they say, we all gotta start somewhere. What's important is you know what's what now.
Victim's body was found inside one of his creations, you say. Yeah, except, so, okay, here's what happened, though. Okay, everybody. So, at the end of yesterday's stream, there was a big revelation because a body surfaced in this fountain, and then it just sort of ended very quickly. Was an animatronic bear. Let's try that again. Okay, yesterday, yeah, the body came out of this fountain, and the back of its head, I was like, oh, I recognize the back of that person's head, but I couldn't remember why. Because it is the victim, who, it's Artie Frost. His body went missing not long after it was discovered. Ugh. God, he's not even, why is he 17 too? Just make everybody adults. What are we doing? Why? Just come on.
What's important is you know what's what now. The statute of limitations may have run out, but the truth's still out there, you know?
So I think that he just never died. He was never dead. Because he showed up here, and maybe he's dead now. But,
I inherited Samson's case when your old man passed. Prosecution handed it off to somebody else, too. The great Von Karma wasn't going to be bothered facing off against a rookie like me, was he? Anyway, long story short, the killer was never found, and Samson was found not guilty instead.
Oh, sorry. Samson was found guilty instead.
That's terrible! Is there really nothing we can do to help him?
Not without the real perp, I'm afraid. Until then, his confession stands. Speaking of which, I didn't find out until after the verdict had been handed down, but Von Karma had threatened Samson and made him a deal. Told him if he didn't confess, he'd make sure Judy was convicted instead.
How could he?
Samson knew there was no way Judy could have done it, of course. But he wasn't going to take any chances, so he did what he was told and confessed to keep her safe. Now riddle me this, Milesy boy. Why do you think your Uncle Eddie just happened to be in the prison the day Bronco Knight died?
Ah, that's right.
You were there to see Mr. Tangaroa.
Bingo. Judy and I both promised we'd visit him every day. I didn't quite keep that promise. But Judy did. She never missed one visit in all these years. Come rain or shine, she always showed up. But none of that changes the fact that Samson is still being unduly punished day after day.
How heartbreaking. We've got to do something, Mr. Fender.
Well, kiddo, that's actually why we came here. The ice sculptures are back on display, just like they were all those years ago. And we're gonna see what we can find out, right, Miles Areno?
I'm a prosecutor, Fender. I don't look at these things in the same way as you or my father.
Miles!
But that doesn't matter right now. Speaking not as a prosecutor, but as Miles Edgeworth, I want to know the truth behind both of these cases, and I'm not leaving until I do.
You really are Gregory, old Gregory's son, through and through. Alrighty then, now that that's sorted, we can really get to work. Good thing I brought the IS-7 case and case file and evidence with me today, huh? Here, documents first. Who doesn't love paperwork, am I right? The parts in red ink are my annotations.
Okay. Thank you, Fender.
And here's some evidence for you. Enjoy! There's quite a few, so I'd take a minute to scope them out if I were you.
Small mountain of evidence from the IS-7 incident received from Fender. Yes, I see. I'll take a look at them in a bit.
You know, our current case is just full of loose threads, too, come to think of it.
Indeed. The key players of that incident 18 years ago who just happened to get caught up in another incident. You just carrying that the whole time? Yeah. The ice sculptures in the Winter Wing that are perfect replicas of the ones from 18 years ago. The poison gas attack in the Autumn Wing, which has been disguised to look like the Winter Wing. The two chemicals that were found inside the Pisces statue's display case, ubiquium and asphyxion, that form a poisonous gas when mixed together. The victim of the gas attack, Carmelo Gusto, who is no stranger to the events of 18 years ago, and who is still unconscious and undergoing treatment in the medical room. Yeah, there he is. And finally we come to the body floating face down in the fountain. And the fact that the ice sculptures have melted just as they did all those years ago. The events of the present day would appear to be intimately linked with the events of the past, which means they may be able to help us learn more about what happened 18 years ago.
Sounds good to me. Let's get investigating.
Objection!
Whoa. No! Shut up!
Oh, no you don't. Aren't you forgetting somebody? I could have sworn this is my investigation.
Augustus is quite right. I do hope you aren't intending to obstruct him in his duties, Mr. Edgeworth.
Are you a Von Karma, Gavel? Probably not.
I would hate to have to add a guilty to my report to the committee.
What am I guilty of now? Of course not. I'm simply offering once again to do what I can to help with this investigation.
Your offer is duly noted and duly declined.
Oof, she isn't pulling any punches.
The identity of the body from the fountain is currently being ascertained. It is only a matter of time until we have all the information we need.
Perhaps I can help you speed that process along. I think I have an idea of who our mystery victim might be.
What? Really? Then you have to tell me it's the law! He's so annoying. I don't love him, but he's kind of fun to voice.
Very well. Maybe it isn't just the ice sculptures that have resurfaced after 18 years. The body in the fountain may also be a visitor from the past. Yeah, I think it's already frosted.
Take that!
I believe the body in the fountain is that of the man who was murdered here 18 years ago. Mr. Artie Frost.
What the hell? It was Farty Frost, more like. Hell yeah. What? You saying it was poor Chillywinks? Wait, what the heck is Chillywinks or Artie or whoever it is they're talking about?
Artie Frost was a famous sculptor, Augustus, although he was better known as Paul Halik.
I don't get, what is Paul Halik? I know it sort of sounds, like something, but I don't know what the joke is there.
The sculptures on display here are all his works.
No way, it sounds like he did really well for himself. Always good to encounter a fellow winner.
Mr. Frost was also the victim in the IS-7 incident.
Judge Cavell knows about the IS-7 incident.
Mr. Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident is an 18-year-old case, and according to police records, the victim's body was recovered and an autopsy duly carried out.
Sure, that's what the records say, but the records can't always be trusted.
What are you insinuating?
That while the records say stuff like body totally recovered, the defense back then begged to differ. Not that it stopped the prosecution from shutting them down hard, of course. Oh. Who could it be now? Burr, 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 burr. Yeah, that sounds a winner. Huh? What? Really?
What is it, Augustus?
The body, we've got an ID. Some sculptor called Frost or something? So I guess Edgeworth called it.
Goddess of Justice!
So my father's deductions were right all along. Well, Judge Cavell, I'd say this changes things, wouldn't you? Perhaps now you'll admit that I might be of use to this case, more than a certain junior prosecutor, anyway.
Not fair, you're trying to steal the win.
I'm doing no such thing. All I want is to uncover the truth. And if we're going to get to the bottom of what happened here, we'll need to work together.
We do not need to do anything, and you do not need to know the truth. This case is none of your concern.
Objection!
Well there, Judge G, I think you might be wrong about that.
Another of your interruptions, Mr. Fender.
Yep, see, I was on the defense team for IS-7, so this case is very much my concern. I was one of the pesky kids pushing the theory that the body had actually gone missing. The prosecutor at the time may have brushed us off, but you can't deny the testimony of your eyes. Or to put it a little more bluntly, the prosecution's case was rotten from the ground up. When there's been a miscarriage of justice caused by the prosecution, it's the committee's job to fix it, no? And who better to help you unpick the mess than someone who was there at the time? Unpick? That has to mean unpack. But that's... But those... But... There's so many typos! Unless you have an ulterior motive.
Judge Cavell seems to know the facts of the IS-7 incident in some detail. In which case, I suspect she must be here on the committee's behalf.
Your connection to the case is noted, Mr. Fender, but I fail to see how it concerns Mr. Edgeworth.
He's the son of the original defense attorney, and the protege of the case's lead prosecutor. Hyper, Paul Halik. Oh, is an alternate spelling of his original Japanese name. So there isn't an English pun. Oh, okay. Paul... It kind of just sounds... Yeah, interesting. Thank you. Sometimes sometimes I don't know. It's if I'm missing the joke or if there isn't a joke. You know what I mean? And if that's not enough for you, he was at the trial too. I think it's just possible he might have had a little something to bring to the table, don't you?
Very well. You may both assist in the investigation, but only if you refrain from interfering with the work of others. The Winter Wing is off limits for now. This room, however, is all yours.
Alrighty, great to hear we're on the same wavelength, G. Why don't we bring... He's never gonna get a hug. Do not be this guy. Do not be the can I get a hug guy. Why don't we bring it in to show we're all on the same side of justice?
Do not test me, Mr. Fender. Your permission to investigate can be revoked at any time.
Duly noted, Your Honor.
Renaming this series is a pun. But yeah, but not every name. Like, that's what I mean, right? Like, most names. But, like, some names some names show up and I'm just like, As a play on asking for trouble or digging one's own grave. What was his fan cast name? Do you know? Because I never played the fan versions.
This is a turn up for the books, huh, Milesy? We get to do our own thing after all.
Thanks to your immeasurable help as always.
No sweat. Besides, I'm mostly doing it for me.
That's so interesting, though, Metallics.
Okay, I'll be investigating my own thing, so just holler if you find something interesting.
Well, you're gonna leave us? Pierre Hoket Isaac Dover. Like I Dover? I dive. I iced over. Oh! That's good. Iced over. Okay. That's good. Hell yeah, I like that.
I will.
Okay, bye. Well, Kay, shall we?
Heck yeah! Let's the investigation commence!
We're still unclear on two key facts. How Mr. Frost's body came to be where we found it, and the source of the ubiquium.
You're right, we need some more intel.
Indeed. Let's focus on the ubiquium first and foremost.
It's used in stuff like dish soap and paint, right?
Correct. It's also bright red in color and has a distinct minty fragrance.
Okay, sounds like we know what we're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Hoquet is a French word for hiccup. Well, Pierre is a stereotypical French name. Pierre Hoquet. Sounds like Pierre Hoquet, meaning parrot. Oh. But I love the wikis have kept the info. That's beautiful, yeah. But wondering if a body was hidden in the ice sculptures. Oh. Hidden? I think it'd be hard to hide it, though, huh? But that is interesting. I don't know. Because the ice is not opaque. I don't know. All right. Okay. Here we go. I am so extra snuffly. I appreciate you all dealing with it. As much as I am dealing with it. Not all ice sculptures are clear, but all these ones are. Now, well, actually, hold on. I will say. What, hold on. Oh, I need to look at all this evidence. Okay, statues matching those made by the victim 18 years ago. Yeah, I could, okay, actually, because this is one of those luminous cloths. So this could just be a body, maybe. Because definitely in the other photo when they melted, it was gone. Except I don't have that photo. What evidence was I given? This? When they were bibis? Okay, that's one of his things. He's got a little rose. They don't look like they like each other very much. The salt lamp. This. The book. Okay. No. 57. No! Alright.
It's a sculpture of a brave warrior battling against a serpent. Did Paul Halik make this one too, Mr. Edgeworth?
He did. It seems he was fascinated by fantasy and mythology when he was a young man. This piece embodies the tragic yet gritty determination of the young as they face an impossible situation. It's called the math test.
Talk about relatable.
Go on. God, I've never seen a more smug asshole than Eustace Winter. Hello. What's all this then? What is all this then? From the color and aroma, I'd say this is a puddle of spilt tea.
And look, there's a small chunk of ceramic in it.
Oh no, it broke.
I guess somebody must have broke something.
I know that insignia, and a certain high-strung somebody might just know a little something too. This Bound's tea set is laid out neatly on the serving cart. The pamphlet said the gallery is famous for its tea. Understandably so. The cup we were given was delicious.
Looks like all the stuff was designed by Mr. Frost.
Interesting. In that case, I think we'd better take a closer look. Yeah. look at it. I want that tea set. Yeah, the main guy made this tea set. It's stars. Do you get it? Do you get it, though? I feel like this would be pretty tricky to drink out of, just for what it's worth. So this dishware is made by Auntie Frost.
It looks very fancy.
Oh, it is. I'm willing to bet that this set can fetch something in the thousands of dollars. So let's try not to touch any of it unless we absolutely have to.
Whoa, this stuff's really worth that much?
Stop it, Kay. I can see your eyes lighting up. Ms. Bound must really be a fan of Mr. Frost, like Fender said, to still have this. Is that all?
Hey, Edgy!
What is it?
You be careful with that teapot, you hear?
Why is Larry so concerned all of a sudden?
Honored guests. I could pour you a cup if you like.
She got so much more confident in 18 years. Ms. Bound! The coasters look like those star coins from Mario Brothers Wii, hell yeah. I didn't see it, Star. Just imagine somebody drinking from a star cup and then spilling in 2 directions. Yeah.
Judy. I'm good, thanks. No tea for me. You two knock yourselves out.
Thank you for the offer. Yes, why not? Quick break won't hurt.
2 cups coming right up. They definitely don't have poison inside. This smells great.
Look at him go. Hell yeah.
Wow, it tastes even better than it smells. What type of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
Do you guys know about the famous Xenogears tea scene? Hold on. I don't know if I'll be able to quickly find this, but, let me see. Is there just a video of just that? Okay, hold on. I think I saw it. Jedi tea drinking.
Was this
Okay.
us?
Okay, I don't know who this is some YouTuber, but okay, this is a really old JRPG called Xenogears, where you play as this guy, but also there's big mechs and stuff. And this is like a PS1 game, so I don't know if this is the scene. Is it this? I think it might be this. Because I think they're like... They couldn't like animate... Okay, hold on. Drink it. Drink the tea. Speeding it up. 2 times. 2 times this time. 1 time this time. Drink the tea. I didn't think this was it, though. Is it this? Is it when they change? Because they're like 2D sprites, but this is a 3D environment. And so they had to like... They had to kind of... Oh, do it. Another cup of tea. Yeah. Okay, wait. Normal. He just sort of puts his hand out. Well, yeah, and then... Okay. And then they just sort of don't move. I don't know if this is the scene I was thinking of. I thought there was a scene... This is similar to that issue, but I thought there was a scene with 2 people sitting down. And they're just like... Oh, wait, here we go. It was like a big meme. But this looks a lot more convincing. It kind of looks like he's just... Oh, no, there it is! Yeah. There it is. This is the egregious. Where it just goes... Whoop. They did their best with what they had, but hoo-wee. Alright. Okay, you're welcome. Xenogears is a weird one. It's one of those like 100-hour JRPGs that nobody ever beat. And by nobody, I mean me specifically. Telepathic tea sip. Yum, yum.
What kind of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's Ceylon, I believe. It's usually identifiable by its citrus aroma, but... Ms. Bound, is this the same blend you served this morning?
Why, yes. Is it all right? There's anything wrong with it, is there?
Oh no, it's just a little minty is all. Just as the cup you gave me earlier had a slightly different aroma. I fucking bet you.
Really? That's odd. I used the exact same blend both times. I can't see what could account for the difference.
Hey, what's the big idea? Quit being mean about Judy's tea, will ya?
What's gotten under your skin, Larry?
Nothing, you're just rude, that's all. Don't even try to call me by the right name. It's Laura Studham, okay? Dang it. You know what? I'm done. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Well, that was childish, even for him.
Wow, what happened there?
Let's ask him about it later, shall we? Talking him as bound is more of a priority right now. We may not have any evidence to prove that she's the culprit, but it does seem likely that the poison gas was her doing. Yeah. Let's,
Connect the dots. Oh, it's not.
fuck. It's not quite right.
All right, whatever. That's fine.
What else is here? I didn't, like, fully examine everything over here. Okay. A caddy containing Ceylon tea leaves. It's a well-crafted tin canister. Yeah, the canister, please. Designed to prevent moisture and sunlight from damaging the contents. A bad thing to use, considering the quality of the blend Ms. Bound serves. Okay, we're not gonna open it. The tablecloth draped over the cart is pure white and completely spotless.
And it's just waiting for me to grab it by the edge, clear my mind, and whoosh!
Okay, I cannot stress enough how bad of an idea that would be.
Oh, come on, what's the worst that could happen? Even if it does go all sideways, we'll just wind up with a cool tea-colored tie-dye.
Yes, well, I'd rather it remained white. Plus, I don't think Ms. Bound would appreciate us meddling with it.
Really? But here, there are so many other colors that would totally work. Pink, sky blue, tea leaves brown.
How do you put the tea... Like, this is something I don't understand. This is a teapot, but, like, how do you heat this up? How would anyone do that? Okay, I guess that's all that's here. Alright, you squirrely lady. Where were you before you rejoined us here, Miss Bound?
I had to go and tell our visitors we're closed. Oh, and hand out a little something in apology. Was there something you wanted to talk to me about?
Yes, a few things, actually. Not least of all, the fact that I think you might be the one who set up the poison gas trap. Poison gas incident. The original ice sculptures melted 18 years ago, correct? How did you manage to recreate them?
Oh, you know about what happened back then? In that case, you might also know I took pictures of them during the contest. I commissioned the creation of a set of replicas based on those photographs for this current exhibit.
But why go through the trouble of creating replicas?
Mr. Frost's Zodiac series was his great unfinished masterwork. I wanted to see it completed at last. Or rather, recompleted. It was my fault that the original set melted in the first place, after all.
I see. And is there any particular reason why the winter and autumn wings look so familiar, look so similar?
Oh my, you really think they look alike? Perhaps I used some of the decorations from one and the other by accident.
She's clearly lying, but I don't have the evidence to prove it just yet. Oh, okay.
Let's go look at more evidence. We're going to find some clues now.
Why is there a lift cart just sitting out here in the open?
Guess somebody must have been moving something heavy.
The top of the platform seems to be wet.
Yeah, check out the YouTube channel, babies, but not the mobile one. Check out this one. Hell yeah, thank you, Star. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. We just hit 350 subscribers overnight, so that's really fun. The channel is slowly but surely growing. Oops, I put my shit to sleep. Okay.
The top of the platform seems to be wet.
You know, where'd he come from? I got a funny feeling I've seen this thing somewhere before.
You mean like 18 years ago?
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. I saw it last in Frost's room. Yeah, there it is. He must have used it to move the ice sculptures around. It's one of those fancy numbers where you can change not only the platform's height, but even its angle. If you had one of these, you could move giant lumps of ice around, no sweat.
Oh, just think of the possibilities! I could really use one of these.
Still doesn't explain what it's doing here, though. Bit of a head scratcher, but we should give it a think, yeah?
Indeed. After all, it just might have something to do with our case.
Yeah. What about? Oh, you're over here now. Let's talk to you.
I'm going to keep this simple, Larry. You're hiding something, so just tell me what it is.
Whoa, quit it with the glare off, you two. It's weird.
Come on, Kay. You know me better than that. I wasn't staring. I was struck with an idea for a picture. Now, Edgy, he was glaring.
Yes, and I'll keep glaring at you until you tell us what it is you're hiding.
Quit it! I already told you, I'm not talking to you anymore.
You're talking to me right now.
I mean, from now on, I'm not talking to you ever again starting now.
This is getting me nowhere. I suppose I'll have to figure out what he's hiding first before I can get the whole truth out of him. I got so many different threads I gotta... What are you hiding? Come on, Larry, what are you hiding?
Not saying.
Larry's theme is underutilized. It's pretty good. Okay. I turned it up for you.
Look at you. This is no time for kids' games.
Well, I certainly wasn't playing.
It's pretty clear Maurice isn't going to talk to you.
Oh, he'll talk. Don't you worry about that. I need to know what Larry is hiding, and I think I might have an idea of what it is. Perhaps presenting him with the right piece of evidence will force him to come clean.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse-moi.
Did you break this? Do you mind taking a look at this for me, Larry?
Why would you show me that?
Tell me, what is it about Miss Bound's tea set that's got you so agitated? If you won't tell me, then perhaps you'd prefer to explain it to Judge Gavelle.
Wait, don't make me look bad in front of Verity. She thinks I'm a sensible, cool, clean-cut guy. I don't want her to see the real me, the real low-down, dirty me.
Just improve yourself, Larry. Like, improve your life. Improve the way that you are. Little dot eyes or so. Yeah, when he's just crying all the time.
I'm not so sure anybody here thinks you're particularly clean-cut, Larry. But if you don't want her to think badly of you, the best thing you can do is talk to me.
Hey, all right, I'll talk.
What are you hiding? All right, Larry, enough is enough. Now confess.
Is this any way to treat your best friend, Edgy?
Is this any way for you to treat yours? By lying to him, hiding things?
I get the picture already, so stop glaring at me like that. I'll tell you everything, okay?
Larry ain't proving nothing. That's right, Rose.
Earlier, I thought Verity might like a cup of tea, so I went to pour one for her. But I got distracted and my hand slipped and smash! I broke the teapot, a priceless work of art.
It's in pieces because of me.
No words exist to describe how far away I saw this coming from.
Ouch, you really messed up this time, Maurice.
See, Edgy, everyone's gonna think less of me now. Judy's never gonna forgive me for this.
Crying to me won't do you any good. I think you'll need to apologize to Ms. Bound.
Also, weren't you meeting someone here named Lulu? Where is that person? Who is Lulu? Did you make her up? Does she not exist, dude?
Crying to me won't do you any good. I think you need to apologize to Ms. Bound.
Oh my god.
My teapot, I see.
I'm sorry, Judy. I'm so sorry. I don't have any money, but I'll paint your portrait. I'll paint you 50 portraits.
Edgeworth just casually admitting they're besties. Yeah.
Please, Mr. Toadin, it's really me who should be apologizing. How could I have failed to notice that there were broken pieces of ceramic on the floor? Somebody could have been hurt. Here, let me make sure that it's safely disposed of.
The teapot in question was designed by Artie Frost, correct? I understand it was something you've long treasured. You must be upset.
Oh, I am. But of course, all things break eventually. As luck would have it, I have another identical teapot. It's far from the end of the world.
Is she less attached to Mr. Frost's work than she used to be?
I can't believe this, Judy. You're the sweetest, the kindest. Ah, the other teapot you're talking about. It's the one sitting on top of the cart right now, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so when I smashed the first one, I tried to hide the pieces in the bottom of the cart. And that's when I saw the other pot under there. So I took it out and basically switched the two pots.
Whoa.
Oh, I see.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Yep, and that's everything I have to tell you. I'll be extra careful not to break the other one, I promise.
You have no shame whatsoever, do you?
I'm sorry.
It's really quite all right. Thank you for being so honest.
See, Edgy, isn't Judy the absolute best?
I trust you won't take advantage of her kindness and make amends somehow.
I sure will. Once I make it as an artist, I'm going to give her one of my paintings. She was one of my models, after all. It's only fair.
At this rate, I suspect he's likely to make more trouble than amends.
Yeah, so I think maybe the other tea had some fucking poison in it or some shit.
Don't you think it would be better for you to keep out of her way for a very long time?
Oh, but I will be keeping out of her way because I sketched her and the others already.
Her and the others?
Keen to see my work, huh? Yeah, I drew a few great sketches of the ravishing beauties.
Wanna see?
Interested in Larissa's ravishing beauties, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm afraid you've greatly misjudged, Kay. I simply wish to see if Larry has captured any unusual details this time, too.
Unusual details? Nothing unusual about these. They're my best work yet. Really? Now I want to see them, too. Aw, you're a sweetheart, Kay. All right, let me dig them out for you. Give me a sec, okay?
I suppose we might as well take a look.
Give me your sketches.
So, these sketches of yours.
Seriously, Edgy, if you want to check out my art, you should have just said so from the get-go.
You gotta run to the bathroom. Oh, well, I think it's probably got the ubiquium inside of it.
Here, feast your eyes on this.
Wow. What am I looking at here?
I told you already, ravishing beauties. Just a few of the fair faces that have caught my eye since you've been here, you know. There's Verity and Judy and, somebody else.
Why did you draw them all on the same page?
Well, I meant to draw the room at first, just something to pass the time. But then I saw one beauty and another, and well, I just scribbled them all down as I went.
So these are all drawn at different times.
Huh? Yeah, I guess. I did one of you two, Kay. You're on a different page, though.
Wow, you did? Hee I'm flattered.
How true to life are these sketches? Did you only draw what you actually saw?
Of course! You think I draw things I can't see? Like using my imagination? Nope, these were 100% true to life, right down to the exact shade of each color.
So the colors are accurate. Interesting. Much as it pains me to admit that Larry may have provided me with a useful piece of evidence yet again. The serving cart in the sketch, for example, if I compare it to the one here in the room, there's a clear contradiction between the two. I think a little deduction is in order. Could I borrow this page for a while, Larry?
Sure thing! You want me to sign it for you?
Just the page, please.
Beep, 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 beep. Blah, 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 blah.
Alright, let me do, because it's blue. Switch teapots, the tea smells different. I suspect the difference in aroma we notice is due to the teapots having been switched.
You do?
I can't see what else it could have been. The tea itself hadn't changed. What was pharmacist lady putting in? It looked like one of the blankets. I did not. It looks like one of the color changing cloths. Probably. Why do we ask Miss Bound, just to be sure? Miss Bound, the difference in aroma we noticed, do you think it could have been because of the different teapot?
I suppose so.
My cup just now had a subtle
Minty! Minty! Told you, baby!
rather like uva tea.
Oh, I just remembered. I made some peppermint tea in that pot only yesterday.
But how do you cook it? What are you heating it on? Like, what do you mean? You don't put this on the stove. It doesn't look electric either. So how are you heating tea in this? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, you're not heating it from it. It's got a fucking platform. Like, you don't heat tea in a teapot. She just said she made it in this teapot. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? You just heat the water, but like, teapots for steeping. Man, you're right. I'm like trying to argue, and I'm like, no, that is correct. Where do you put the water in? Oh, I guess this part right here, maybe. This is so impractical. This is the most impractical thing ever. Like, okay, this part looks like it maybe comes off, but like, I don't think that it does. I think the tea probably goes in there, but then like, oh shit. But then like what? This part's never gonna fill up. It's just like, it's annoying. Imagine trying to wash that. That's what I'm saying. It's like ridiculous. Well, no, I guess this must be the spout. The tea spout. You put the water in here, and then this is the spout. And here is the handle. Pour me out. Blech. We don't heat teapots on stoves. Man, I forgot about that. I'm a filthy American, so
I heat either my water in, you know, the microwave or or we have an electric tea kettle that maybe I pour it just straight into a cup with a tea bag. I feel like the British, the English will find that to be blasphemy. But that's just how it is here. I know, Hyper, I know. But it's fast, it's easy, and it really isn't any different. It's not like it's worse. I feel like there's a perception that it's worse, but it's not like it's just hot water at the end of the day, so it's fine. Could that really be it? Oh. Teapot's leftover aroma, minty fragrance. Giggle. Oh, that's Rocco. Hell yeah. The tea from the teapot Larry switched in from under the cart smelled faintly of mint.
Right, Miss Bounce said she used that pot to make peppermint tea yesterday.
Yes, but there's something else that's been troubling me. Miss Bounce seemed more taken aback by the switching of the teapots than the breaking of one.
You're right! She expected it to be the other way around.
I suspect she might have been deliberately hiding the teapot underneath the cart. The only issue with microwaving the water is if you superheat it by accident by cooking it too long. It can boil instantly when you add your tea bag or stick your spoon in, and it'll splash you, so it's a little dangerous. Listen, it's not when you put the tea bag in the microwave too, like I do, there's no fear of that. If you're just cooking the tea bag and the water at the same time. Listen! I'm a perfect angel. I've done no crimes. I also only ever drink iced tea these days. But if I do need hot tea, because listen, tea from a kettle is way too fucking hot for me. I need only mostly warm tea water. And then sometimes, like, when I was working at my old job, sometimes I would listen, I'm going to make everybody upset right now. I would heat and reheat, like, because my office would get so cold because we didn't have central heat because probably it was illegal. And, it's supposed to let steep for a few minutes. It takes way longer to cool than a few minutes. It's no crime. Look, I'm still alive and thriving. I'm a thriving, you know what I mean? I haven't died yet, guys. Hell yeah, baby. But why? One of the Ubiquium's key characteristics is his minty fragrance. So what if she had been hiding some in that teapot? This is not sin. It's not even a big deal. This is like getting upset about pineapple on pizza. It's fine. It's not a problem. There are ways. Everything, I'm going to tell you this. Listen, everything in the entire world is made up. We would have all, as a society, just decided that some things are supposed to be the way that they are. But, like, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Live your life how you want. And I'm going to microwave tea because it only takes a minute and a half. I don't have to fucking wait a while, remember that the tea is done, pour it in, wait fucking 10 more minutes for the water to cool off. I could just drink it right away. It's not a little bit of a problem. It's fine. I've never died. I've never died yet. I don't cook it that hot. I cook it for a minute and a half in one of those big Starbucks mugs, those You Are Here's. Which I guess the chat is unanimous. Well, listen, I am magnanimous. What is the teapot? It's simply a possibility, but one worth investigating, I believe. I don't know what magnanimous means. Mr. Winner, any luck on finding that ubiquium? Sometimes metal staples hold them closed. It's okay. Those are okay to go in the microwave. I've never ever had a problem. like the only reason I do this is because my mom did this. Like the little metal staple or whatever isn't like enough metal for the microwave to go off in any sort of problematic way. Because they know people are gonna do that, so they've figured it out. You know what I mean? I've never even had the tiniest scotch of an issue. We, the jury, find you guilty of treason and sentence you to jail.
Objection!
Oh! No overruled. I am the law. My people are searching the entire gallery, but they haven't found anything yet. What about you? Don't tell me you know where it came from.
I may have an idea.
Ha! I know it. If I can't find it, there's no chance of... what?
Comfy out here stress testing our microwave? Nah, baby. It's been, like, my entire life, it has never been a problem. Maybe if you got T-sins, nah. Cozy does, the microwave needs all the help it can get. Wait, which microwave? We got a new microwave, Robbie. It's a new one. Well, recently-ish. 6 months ago? I don't remember.
Do you know where it came from?
Yes.
Where?
Miss Bound's teapot.
Wow, nice piece. I like it. Yeah, this looks like a fitting prize for a natural born winner.
It's not a prize. It's a vital piece of evidence.
Oh, it's just evidence? Then I'll have one of the forensic people check it out.
Just evidence. Star reminds me of the T-post. Do none of you own a kettle? Yeah. That one cracks me up. Whoa.
Mr. Edgeworth, is there some sort of problem with my teapot?
Possibly. The minty fragrance we notice coming from it. I think it just might be the scent of one of the chemicals used to make the poison gas.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, surely you don't think I had anything to do with that?
I'm afraid I do. The method used to create the gas would have created considerable preparation required. Nobody would have had the time or the opportunity to set that up except you. I own 4. we own a kettle. Like, if we're serving guests, we use the kettle. But, like, if I'm just serving myself, I microwave it. You don't have to use the Keurig cups. No, Keurigs are really bad. Use that to heat your water. Well, that's a whole appliance that does one thing that's expensive. Or I could use my microwave. Which has proven that it works all the time. And there's no downsides. That's not strictly true.
It took about a week to get Zodiac Hall ready for the exhibition. There were all kinds of people coming and going through here during that time. Delicia, for one. So you see, I'm not the only person who could have set it up at all.
You blow up tea bags in my microwave. They have never, you guys are trolling me. I'm being trolled. I'm being girl bossed by all of you right now. Miss Scone is on our radar too, of course. You needn't worry about that. We're gonna arrest all of you.
And besides, I wouldn't know the first thing about making poison gas. So even if you did find some ubiquitous in my teapot, I wouldn't have had any idea what to do with it.
Get girl bossed, you tea guy. I love tea.
But I suppose I should see what the test results say first.
I'm also, here's the other thing. All right, let me just upset you all even farther, because this is an aspect of my tea drinking that I had not admitted yet. Okay, so like you're supposed to steep your tea, right? Huh? Yeah, huh? You're like, hey, I'm gonna cook it for. You're gonna steep it for however long, a few minutes, whatever, and then you take the tea bag out, right? What if I told you that I don't ever take the tea bag out, and it just gets steepier and steepier? Which sometimes if you're going to a tea house, that's like how it works, I guess. Because you're like supposed to drink it as it further steeps and steeps and steeps, and then it's like different. Yeah, but C-Star, you're not bothered by that. But a lot of people, perhaps Robbie, I'm not sure yet, will say that is blasphemy. Like, you gotta take it out. Of course you gotta take it out. But not me. I'll leave it in there all day. Not all day. I don't really have brewed tea very much anymore. That just makes it stronger. That's what I'm saying. But a lot of people are like, no, that's the blasphemy. Okay. Miss Bound claims she doesn't know the first thing about making poison gas. I need to find a way to prove that she's lying. Okay. Well, that was a whole lot of that. All right, Delicia.
Hello there, dearie. Still investigating away, are you? Found anything interesting? No, dearie. Nothing much. Anyway. Silly girl, that wasn't a dearie moment. That was more of a lambkin. Sweetheart is for when you're being sympathetic, of course, and treasure is when they're in a tiz. Love is for people you're not that keen on, and petal is when you're trying to get someone's attention. Wow, I didn't realize there were so many rules. Mr. Edgeworth Petal, I hope you're getting all this down. Don't even try it, Kay.
How dare me?
That was a good interaction. As long as you aren't reusing them. What do you mean reusing? Sometimes if I drink the tea really fast, I'll do it, but that doesn't happen that often. Okay, do I have... Okay, I've talked to her. I've looked at... Okay, let's talk to Eddie.
Hey there, Mazzarino. What's the situation with the investigation?
Things are progressing. I think a fuller picture of what happened is beginning to emerge. I've done that sometimes. Robbie, are you for or against leaving your tea bag in your cup indefinitely? Steeping it to infinity and beyond. Yo, they added Buzz Lightyear to my mobile game today. Brawl Stars. And everybody is playing. I knew Robbie would be against it, but everybody, see, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody else, shockingly, Robbie, was like, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That part's fine. But microwaving it? Oh, no. This is a cardinal sin. It gets bitter? What do you mean? Some people, I know, this is what I'm talking about. Everything is just however you want. There are no rules. You just do things how you like them. And I like microwaving my tea. Why does it feel wrong? What about it feels wrong? Like, if you could articulate, I mean, like, the Staples thing is the only, like, sort of legitimate potential concern, even though I've never had an issue with it personally. Let me Google it. Can you microwave tea bags? Yes, you can microwave tea bags. But. A lot of people are like, you shouldn't do it, but it's fine. It's all good. It's no problem. Them waves of micro size. It's just heat. Consumerism, productivity being made to feel like convenience is wrong and bad. I like convenience. It's easy. Sometimes. Sometimes things become too convenient, like the Hot Pocket. That's convenience at the cost of chemicals in your body. But like yeah, microwaves is just heat. Is that a call out for cozy? Wait, what did I just say? Oh no, well, I mean, I used to eat Hot Pockets all crazy too. Cozy bought Hot Pockets once recently only. No, that was not. I'm just thinking of something like that is peak convenience. I can't think of something that's more sort of peak convenience than a Hot Pocket. Because you just like, you get to hold it in your hand and you just microwave it for a few minutes and then it's ready to go. You know what I mean? But at the cost of just like every other part of what makes food, I think.
Good to hear. I guess I better step up my game too then.
The two incidents. This case seems to have a lot in common with the incident from 18 years ago.
And how? It's got the lot. Melting statues in the winter wing and even a murder victim's body.
Oh, I'm even about it. It's very easy. It's the easiest and the peasiest.
But how did nobody ever figure out that the body had gone missing?
Frost had no family apart from his son. And well, the kid kind of vanished. Nobody's seen him around since the time of the incident.
Oh, this photograph is gonna matter. Or this one. Interesting. But I have stronger feelings about microwaving the tea bag. Leaving it in the cup your whole time. That's fair. That's fair.
Well, the kid kind of vanished. Gusto's son, too. Him and his best pal from school just up and disappeared.
What? And they were never found?
Gusto's boy wasn't. Not as far as I heard, anyhow.
You got a second really good clip? Hell yeah.
Guess Frost's kid turned up in the end, though. He collected his inheritance at some point. But yeah, with no family around, just after the incident, Frost got no funeral, no nothing. So no need for the police to release the body, and no need for anybody to find out that they didn't have it. They filed their fake autopsy report, and nobody was any the wiser. Well, almost nobody.
I still can't believe Mr. Von Karma would have stooped so low. Oh. That didn't help me. What about... Yeah, maybe you I need to talk to again. The body's been taken back to the lab, sir. Autopsy's underway.
And how's the rest of the fountain looking?
Rather beautiful, actually, sir. The water's crystal clear and kind of soothing.
Goodbye, Star! Good luck at work. I'm drinking cold tea, but thank you. Oh, almost as if there wasn't a body floating in it not long ago. Okay. You're done. You're done. Do I need to talk to y'all? Don't think you've gotten away with anything, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be reporting your actions to the committee. Do whatever you need to do, Judge Cabell, and we'll
do the same.
You are the self-styled great thief, correct? Mr. Edgeworth's association with such a character will be of interest to the committee, too, of course.
Go ahead and report me to your stupid committee. I'll be the toast of the thieving community.
I'm gonna have to go when UPS gets here, but they're not here yet, so we're chilling. Hell yeah. Yeah, stream is almost over. I'm certainly not getting to the next section of this, but I would like to finish up this room. And then probably call it there, but I certainly, I don't have anything to deduce any longer. All right, I'm just gonna look up what I gotta do. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff. We examined the tea serving. We got the tea smells different. You can speak to Judy. There's a brown puddle. Speak to Larry. Do all the Larry stuff. Oh, right. I gotta deduce about the tablecloth. I did know that, but I forgot. Okay, so we're gonna look at it. The deducing part of this happens so infrequently that I forget it's a mechanic sometimes. Yeah. Eureka! Larry, could I ask you something about your sketches?
Huh? Fascinated by the work of the great Maurice Donim, huh? It's the composition, right?
Not exactly. This light blue tablecloth, you painted that exactly as you saw it, correct?
I already told you, everything is exactly how I saw it.
But the tablecloth on the cart here in this room is white.
Wow. Your head's so full of crazy theories, the simple stuff just passes right by you, huh?
What's that look for?
Listen, just before I drew the sketch, I was in the middle of some business with the cart, with the tea set on it, okay? What kind of business? That's right, I was hiding the pieces of the teapot I smashed kind.
That's nothing to boast about.
Anyway, I was still in the middle of cleaning it all up when Judy came out of the winter wing. I didn't want to get busted for breaking the pot, so I quickly dove out of sight.
Great. That's a lot of just candies not on a dish or anything. Wait, Miss Bound came out of the winter wing. Yo, there's a body. There's an ice sculpture in that dang old thing.
Yeah, and she was pushing a cart, a different one. That's the one with the light blue tablecloth on it that I drew.
And what did she do with the second serving cart?
Well, I saw her wheeling into the summer wing, but I don't know what happened to it after that.
Fun additional fact, a lot of teas are meant to be steeped in water that is not as hot as boiling. Ooh. Yeah, that's my thing too. It never gets to boiling. I don't want it to boil. That's too hot for me. I like it less hot than that. When you're hot, you're hot.
When she came back out, she was pushing one of those other carts, the kind you can lift stuff with.
A lift cart?
Yeah, so I called out to her, but she just ran off and left it behind.
A lot of green teas are better steeped between 160 and 180 Fahrenheit. If you steep it in water, it's too hot, it becomes bitter. Ooh. Maybe that's why it tastes so good to me, because it's never getting very hot.
Never had her down as a shy type, but it just goes to show, you never know.
Another serving cart and a lift cart.
Is there maybe another tea set too?
We better check with Ms. Bound. All right, what do you have to say to me, baby? Are there 2 serving carts here at the gallery, Ms. Bound?
Oh, yes, why do you ask?
A certain so-called artist showed us this sketch. I couldn't help but notice the color of the tablecloth. It's light blue.
Light blue? I'm afraid your friend must be mistaken. I only use white tablecloths, freshly laundered and starched. Like the perfect wrinkle-free one on the cart here in the fountain room, right? Exactly. If I saw so much as a blemish, I would replace it right away.
Could the color of the tablecloth in the sketch simply be a mistake on Larry's part? Do you have any idea of what you might have been doing when this sketch was drawn?
Let me see. I appear to be carrying out my usual duties.
I'd like to ask you a little more about these duties, if I may. Your work. What exactly were you doing when this sketch was drawn? Because from what I can see, your cart doesn't have a tea set on it.
I was delivering some chocolates to the investigating officers.
So really you're saving yourself like 10 minutes by migrating. Yeah! It's beautiful. It's perfect. There's no issues at all, in fact.
Oh, now I'm jealous. I love chocolate.
Well, there were a few left over, so here for you both. They're not poisoned or anything.
I hope you like them. Woohoo! Hee hee. Thanks, Miss Bound.
Well, why not? They're a little melted, but I suppose that's because they've been sitting around in her pocket.
They're super sweet. I love them. Hee hee. I'm just very glad to hear it.
They may not be the prettiest, but I'm grateful for the energy boost nonetheless. Though perhaps they could do with a little less sugar.
Okay. Well, okay. Alright, Minty Frag, I did all that.
Gemini case analysis results. Did I get that? Did I not look at the fountain yet? Oh. Okay.
Seems the police have already removed the body.
Well, why did the body of a victim from 18 years ago turn up in this fountain? Why wasn't it all rotten and stuff? Did it slowly shuffle its way here?
Need I remind you that zombies aren't real? It seems likely that the body was preserved somehow.
Really? Is that even possible? Hey, Mr. Forensics Guy, anything to report?
Yes, ma'am. Why is he standing there? Traces of both ubiquium and asphyxion have been detected in the fountain.
I'm gonna say they were probably carried there by the stream from the autumn wing.
In addition to those two chemicals, there's also a large amount of sugar. The composition of the sugar is being analyzed as we speak.
The sugar in the fountain, where would it have even come from?
There we go.
Edgeworth speaking. Sir, it's me. Is everything all right, Detective? Everybody's left the winter wing. It's just me in here now. Which means I can tell you what we found out. You really shouldn't be sharing information about the investigation. But after the past week or so, I'm not about to stop him now. The exhibits in here have all completely melted. All that's left in the display case is some stuff at the bottom. More of it in the Taurus case than in the Gemini case, though.
Describe this stuff for me if you can.
Yes, sir. It's like a pale blue liquid. I had the lab run some tests just now. The sample from the Taurus case had just a bunch of sugar in it. But the one from the Gemini case had 3 different substances in it. Which were sugar, salt, and blood.
Blood? What is salt and blood doing in the Gemini case's sample?
Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'm gonna test it right away, sir. Please do, Detective. Oh, I also spoke over the radio with the forensics guy working the fountain room. He said he just got word that the sugar they found in the fountain matches the sugar in the pale blue liquid.
I see. That might well prove to be a significant development. Hell yeah. Anything else to report, Detective?
Yes, sir. We found one of those light-emitting devices here in the winter wing, too.
There were a few of those being used in the autumn wing to disguise it as the winter wing, as I recall. It seems that the equipment from 18 years ago is more than just for show. I need to talk to Miss Scone about this.
Anyhow, I better be getting back to it. I'll let you know as soon as we hear from the lab about that blood.
Yes, thank you, Detective. Hell yeah. Fan translation for the chemical names were Normalium and Fatalium. Oh, I love that. That's about right.
Was that Gummy? Seemed like he had a lot to say.
He did, and all of it very useful. If I'm going to prove that Miss Bound's claims about who could have set up the poison gas trap are false, I'll need to talk to a certain somebody else who was here 18 years ago. Is now the time to talk to her? Miss Scone, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may.
Of course, dear. Fire away. Anything for you, Milesy Smilesy, and dear sweet little Tooth Decay.
Come on. I'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate it if it was the last time you called me Milesy Smiles.
I'm not a fan of Tooth Decay either. Well, you just have to like it or lump it. I can't change your nickname once I've settled on it. Well, I guess we tried.
Gallery decoration. What can you tell us about the various devices used to decorate the gallery's exhibits? There seem to be some pretty specialized items in use. Light-emitting devices, luminous fabrics.
Oh, I can tell you all about those, dearie. After all, I'm the one who gave them to Moody Judy. It was my way of saying sorry after I broke the rules all those years ago. I bought 4 lovely new salt lamps, and I gave her the 4 pieces of luminous cloth I used for the contest. Wow, that's super generous of you.
Tee! Well, us girls have to do our best, don't we? Not everyone understands, of course.
Then it better not be a dig at me, Delish. I told you how kind I thought that was.
Yes, back when you were a dear, sweet, innocent baby boy. What happened to ya? A dear, sweet, innocent baby boy? Mr. Fender, I can't quite picture that, I have to say.
So these decorations, they're all the same as the ones you saw 18 years ago, correct?
Yep, salt lamps, glowing fabric, light-emitting doodads, the whole bit.
There were 4 luminous cloths to use in the autumn wing, in use. But I'm sure I saw another one somewhere.
I'm not lying. Oh, it's in my bag somewhere, I'm sure of it.
What is she looking for?
That's not it.
That's not it.
That cloth looks familiar. Maybe I should jog her memory with something so Miss Scone will tell us more. Yeah. It? But maybe the sketch also. You had a piece of fabric like this in your bag, did you not, Miss Scone? Albeit a somewhat grimier one.
Grimy? How rude. You won't get people to cooperate with your little investigation like that, young man.
Oh, excuse me. Shall I call it a dish towel, then? Perhaps you used it to wipe up some sort of spillage.
A spillage, he says. The cheek. That's a piece of hardly specialised luminous cloth. Oh, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
I think I'd like to know a little more about this highly specialized luminous cloth, if you don't mind. But gas first. Miss Scone, you're something of a specialist. How might someone learn to make poison... Wait. How might someone learn to make the poison gas that was used in the attack? Any ideas?
Well, any pharmacist who's ever handled infesticide ultra would know for a start. G-Mama! What the heck? G-Mama, hello! Luca!
Alright, everybody. On 3. We're all gonna spam nice in the chat. For G-Mama's raid, it was such a nice raid. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my golly. What?
2. Happy birthday, G-Mama! Nice! Oh.
Happy birthday, nice birthday. I hope it was a nice birthday. Nice birthday. It's a nice birthday. Oh, it's a birthday. What were you playing? It probably said, but what were you playing? I'll scroll it. What was it?
Minecraft!
I love Minecraft. Minecraft, what's that? Oh my god. What is that game? Hell yeah! Oh my goodness. Well, beautiful. We're almost done with this stream, so we're gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna pass this love on. Oh my goodness. We're not like, I don't know how we gotta finish talking to her first. Is there a new update? I'm so out of touch now these days.
Well, any pharmacist who's ever handled infesticide ultra would know for a start.
I wanted to raid you before you ended. Hell yeah. Well, beautiful. Oh my goodness. Well, if you gotta do post-stream stuff, by all means, but we'll just be going a little while longer. Not very much longer at all. If you do want to stick around.
After all, it says right there on the label, do not mix with products containing ubiquium ever.
Well, what about a layperson? It's unlikely they'd know, wouldn't you say? What's new? Tell me about the update. What's going on with it?
I suppose so, yes. Well, not unless they'd had a nose through the ultimate cookbook anyway.
The prize from the contest 18 years ago.
The recipe for making infesticide ultra, along with not mixing that with ubiquium bit, is in there, you know.
Going to sleep now. Good night, Luca. So you're familiar with the contents of the book?
Oh, yes, dear. I know it inside out. Because I work for the Tangeroma Group, you see. We're the company behind Cold Killer X. I'm sure you've heard of it.
A new biome and a spooky tree mob. Ooh, spooky. Cold Killer X fights back sniffles and sneezes with ease, apparently.
After Sammy Pooper was found guilty, the company took custody of the book. But they only grant their most trusted people access to it, of course.
Which means Miss Scone is one of these elites, I suppose. Alright, about the cloud. It only attacks when you're not looking at it. It can only be killed by breaking a certain block in a tree nearby. Oh my gosh. That's wild. Why didn't you want me to know you had a piece of luminous cloth in your bag?
Oh, well, I suppose there's no point hiding it now, is there? If you must know, I fished it out of the fountain. It was right before they called me into the autumn wing.
So Larry's sketch of Miss Scone is of when she was trying to retrieve the cloth.
At first I thought it was one of the ones I'd given Moody Judy.
One of the 4 you'd given to the gallery, correct?
Exactly, but all 4 were being used in the autumn wing, weren't they? So I realised it must be the one that went missing all those years ago.
Whoa.
I'd already had my infesticide ultra pinched and used to make poison gas. If one of my cloths turns out to be used in some sort of dastardly deed too, well, I was going to look as guilty as sin, weren't I? So I kept it hidden in my bag and hoped for the best.
I see.
Oh, it does feel good to get it off my chest, though. Stress is no good for the complexion.
But I ended it because I died. I had amethyst and diamond, and then I died. No! Oh, no. I'm so sorry. That's not a very happy birthday, is it? What do you got planned for later, G-Mama, in like, IRL? So the cloth that disappeared 18 years ago, the one that the victim was wrapped in, it just happens to reappeared, just happens to reappeared in the fountain at the same time as the body. These typos are killing me. What is there left to do? Okay. Okay. The teapot's left over aroma. I got the chocolates. Check the fountain. Gemini case. Analyst results. Speak to Ms. Scone and run through her topics to receive the ultimate cookbook fact. You can unlock additional topic. Presenting the luminous cloth. Speak to Eddie. Okay, now we gotta talk to Eddie. Okay. I know my homie's standing on the fountain. It's crazy. I'm gonna walk around an art interactive thing. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, when we went to on our train trip over the weekend, we went to it was kind of mostly for like little kids, but like it was a lot of fun. It was a place called the Tech Museum. It was kind of like one of those things where you get to go around and interact with a lot of stuff. They had like a pneumatic tube. They had like these little wiffle balls in a pneumatic tube, and you could like and all these like these like tubes on magnet plates that you could kind of like, it would you press a button and it would drop a ball, and then you could kind of make this little wiffle ball like go through this little maze you made up. It was a lot of fun. All right, Judy Bound. Tell me, Vendor, what kind of person is Miss Bound?
Huh? Wait a minute. Don't tell me you got a thing for a mouster.
I do not.
Chill, I'm just yanking your chain. Anyway, what can I say about Judes? Well, she's a real brave trooper for one. What else do you call someone who waits around for 18 whole years like she has for Samson? Even after his extended family kicked her out of this place.
What? They threw her out?
Yep, Judes wasn't technically part of the family, so there was nothing she could do. She had nothing, nobody, and no job after Samson took the fall.
We should go to the Exploratorium. We were literally talking about that. Like I think on Thursdays they have like adults like night with alcohol and stuff. I was literally telling Cozy like, oh, we should do that. We should look into it. We should figure out what the deal is. Because I do want to do that. Very much.
She had no choice but to take what he taught her and make her own way in showbiz. She's retired from all that now, though.
Yes, why did she retire?
She finally made enough to buy the old place back. She even got the ultimate cookbook back from the Tanjiro group after they basically stole it. Guess this place and everything to do with it was all she ever cared about. So she just wanted it back, all of it.
Vendor seems very sympathetic to Ms. Bound's plight. But from a less charitable perspective, she has, in a way, taken everything of Mr. Tanjiro as for herself. Tonight, yeah. Okay. So here is the deal. I think that okay, we're gonna unlock Bound's actions, the ultimate cookbook, move over to Eddie's standing, examine the cart he's facing to add to the lift cart. Okay, we're gonna do this piece of information, and then we're gonna save and just call it, because we're not near the end of any real part of, we're not hitting a to be continued for like quite a while. Goodbye, Robbie, I love you too. Goodbye. Actually, we're gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave this here, and then we're gonna just, maybe I can I save the game in here? No. Okay, that's fine. I will hopefully remember what to do in a week. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, happy birthday again, G Mama. We're gonna find. It's funny. I got tipped off, and I was gonna raid you, but you beat me to it. I took too long. I had a regular length stream, is what it is. Is what it was. All right, babies. Hell yeah, I love you all to pieces. Cozy is streaming tonight. Playing Honkai, I believe. And that's gonna be exciting. And check her out. I may or may not be in stream. I think I'm gonna attempt to actually record a new Reads video tonight after a few weeks off. Hell yeah, G Mama. But in the meantime, yeah, we're gonna find, while I find somebody to raid, we're going to find where I'm gonna post those links. So we got my card, the one-stop shop to all things Comfy Catboy. That has all my socials and video editing, commission info. I edit video for VTubers and others, and there's a very high likelihood that you have seen something that I've edited if you are unaware of this fact. We also got the Discord, a beautiful place full of lovely people. Would love, love, love to see you there. God, who are these people? Who are these people? Miles, Ace Attorney Investigations. No, let's, I don't know who's on. Oh, actually, no, okay. Let's, I see. Yeah, we're gonna raid Soccer of Vixie. They're playing the new Mario and Luigi game, which I also got to edit a long-form video for Nathaniel Bandy. He played through the whole game in, like, it's like 40-hour game. But he played through it in, like, a few days. We also have at the very end there, we have the link to my YouTube channel with Cozy. We have a Let's Play channel, and it's real silly. This Saturday, everybody, at 5 p.m. West Coast American time, I am having my birthday stream. Cozy and I are going to just play Mario Party, and we might have some spicy apple juice. It's undetermined at this time. But that's kind of what the plan is. That is what we are attempting to do. And it's going to be beautiful. I love you all to pieces. Have a lovely day. And I will see you hopefully on Saturday and maybe tonight and tomorrow in Cozy's chat. Mwah! I love you. Boop, 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 boop.